for a knife, and I was like, and then I was like, I ripped it. I was like, never mind, I figured it out. Sorry, you're good.
Twink.
So it's like,
John?
are you still sick?
It's getting better.
What you got, like AIDS or something?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to get you. Are you positive? The leaf joke right there. Did you get that? Oh. That's my favorite line from South Park. It's like, we're not just sure, we're HIV positive.
Take everything everywhere.
So everyone had a good level up?
Yeah. Devil Sight and Eldritch Mind. Pass it around.
Nice.
Future.
Oh, sweet. Is that seaweed or is it roll up? I was hoping you were going to say beef jerky.
I'm jerking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's go for all three.
I threw a little snap.
While everyone's having a moment. I'm gonna blow it up a bit more.
These Aaron Garden motherfuckers are pretty techno ravey. Are they like? I'm picturing like German techno
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, when I describe it, they wear jackboots, leather, tall, spindly folks.
You are not Elven.
Oh yeah.
You do not know Elven.
100%
Obviously, like how.
No, it's not just German. It's High German from not Berlin, Berlin.
That's right.
The Berlin underground. Yeah. You are Belgian.
I know those chicks are pretty hot. My last line was German, and Wesley had his music on it, like some German techno song. And I was like, what are they saying? And she's like, ooh, daddy, I know how you like it. And I was like, oh, I feel bad for making you say that. But it was kind of
As a matter of fact, though, very German.
yeah.
You asked a question, I have answered it.
I love getting people to say things in my accent, like we have this Russian Irish chick. She was smoking. It's like, I want you to say my legs are like Russian bear trap. It's like, my legs are like Russian bear. That's so. She was like 5 foot. And just like, say it again.
And on that bombshell, welcome back everybody to another exciting episode of Aaron Garden.
Welcome to the Aaron Garden job.
Also known as the Aaron Garden, the fantastical fantasy exotic expanse that threatens the whole of Cormyr's kingdom and perhaps Faerun on the whole. But little does our troop of adventurers know this as they clamber and climb and crawl their way across the far seas expanse in search of what destiny may unfold for them. And on that, they ask, what fate had in store for you last episode on Aaron?
My daddy's not my daddy. I'm a super soldier 2 baby. Captain America.
Collected the
Well, I was on a beach somewhere in the Moonshale Isles.
Yeah.
True, yeah. And hydrocephalus, sir?
Took it back to Iron Claw. Briefly. The Black Circle hideout was marked by the Civ, which led to further investigation.
By mangoes. Those bastards.
Sweet fruits. An aphrodisiac to some. A procreation.
They're trying to fuck.
I think they're trying to send a message they're not, against you. Maybe just want to, get to know you for dinner, they'll dance with us.
Nope, this means war.
I'm allergic to men! So that.
We perhaps secured a new patron for our adventures in the far seas. In Leonard, I don't know if I caught last name, but he's the proprietor of the...
Well, that was his last name, is Mr. Leonari.
Oh, okay.
He didn't actually give you a first name, I don't imagine he would.
I just realized something.
Pat, what did you realize?
So 2024, you can't multi-class, is that?
You can multi-class. The fact is, it won't have all the options because we don't have all the core books. It's just giving you the free rules. So if you take those,
And even those are limited.
yeah, and even
Compared
those
to
are limited
handbook.
the way they are.
But
So
I
just stick with the 2016 rules, and you're just fine.
But my original paladin was 2024, I think.
I've got the player's handbook.
You can always
here if
just
you wanna
swap
look through it.
the class out again. Like, there's nothing wrong with swapping the class. You'll have to redo
It won't
your
reset all my spells and stuff.
Your spells? I don't think so. I don't believe so. I could be wrong.
Easy
Actually,
enough to unreset.
For reference.
when you put your paladin class back on, it might unreset. Actually, if you don't delete them off your class, it may retain them because it's a different table that relates it. But I mean, I don't know how that works for them because they're not going to be 20. They're not going to be 2024 spells necessarily. I don't imagine. They would be 2024 abilities, but not necessarily spells.
Just wonder if it'll
Looks like they did a 2024 version of most of the spells.
Yeah, some of them are tweaked.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
They're
Actually,
pretty
no, they do
similar,
have
but
that.
they're,
Well, yeah,
there's some
you have the normal, and then you have the ones that say legacy beside them.
That's right.
You know, maybe I should actually advise that everybody turns off the new content until such day that I buy it, if I buy it.
It is like the character creation process is different, very different.
Well, it gives you as much options as it does, and then it confuses the process, which is no bueno.
Part
Yeah.
of your skills and part of your items and your proficiencies get part from your class and part from your background.
Oh, oh, I see.
And your equipment, your starting equipment as well.
Well, yeah, that's always
So
been influenced the bull by it, but it's an
Okay,
option
right.
as far as I remember.
Now the attribute bonuses come from your background, they don't come from your species like they used to.
I love him.
Interesting.
Oh, no, good.
Interesting. I'm alright, thank you, brother. Okay, while you're over there, you want to open up the window a little bit?
Again, the book's here if anyone wants to.
Just 'cause,
reference
like,
it, so.
I put the rogue as the second thing, and then it's like, I got proficiencies and a bunch of stuff.
YouTube, the
And
play
then I
episode
looked,
guy?
and none of those things are there. Like,
Oh,
roll for
there's
it.
a turn off the lights.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in
Right
there.
over there.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Yeah,
how new
yeah,
character
yeah,
It's
building.
like roll
That's how I
investigation.
made this guy.
I know, it's the one
Sweet. And a lot of
Oh,
other
you
stuff
switch
they
into
did is
the
like
cover.
techniques and which
Sorry,
they
say
do that
again?
for years.
Long time.
Like the roll for investigation will bonus. It's like all the proficiencies with the white dot next to it. None of them are there from the rogue that I just had.
Yeah, we should just turn off all those. I mean, I don't know that the process. Well, the process probably will simplify if it's been changed by it. Again.
Would you like my mini over there?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
And yours, if you could. Yes,
Since
you-
last session, Wilbur has told everyone his actual origin, where he Olo saved his life and brought him back through the portal from astral space.
With him when he arrived
Yeah.
a couple sessions ago?
Yeah.
Wait, did we meet you yet?
Yeah.
briefly.
Yeah, just at the end there.
He made a big buzzing noise and started spewing out smoke, and we had to whack him a few times.
Wilbur.
Well, that was the machine under Wilbur. Wilbur's like the gnome on top, right? You're not.
No, he's an auto gnome, so he's a mechanical gnome.
Okay, so you are actually part of the thing, or you are.
And then it's my steel defender, which you get with the battlesmith class artificer.
Okay, yeah. All right. So I'm actually grabbing the wrong mini for you here.
Yeah, it was like a unpainted mini with a green hood. Yeah.
Yeah. I have both of them actually. I have a steel defender and.
We got it. Must be.
How is it an unpainted mini with a green?
That was my miniature to go.
It's
for
a partially painted
Wilbur.
little rogue dude. Anything else? So hydrocephalate. You met Mr. Leonari, who is the breaches magnate of Aarongarten and the Far Seas at large, having permeated the drover communities with their stylish, flexible, and rugged, very durable Leonari's denim jeans,
Right.
permeating the whole of the Far Sea swamps. Fantastic
rivets.
quality units with rivets, absolutely. Right up there with Versace. What else though?
You met one of the Osran guy in the rock?
Yes.
One Eldemar Osrin. Indeed you did. And he spoke
At
about
least
these
an
things.
avatar of him. If I'm not mistaken, it was
Indeed, yeah,
a
100%.
time lapse thing. Yeah.
Yep, I disagree with that 100%.
Leonari wanted us to just keep him in the loop on our doings in the name of the Iron Gardens.
He just wanted to be kept apprised
Yeah.
of his iron.
Oh yeah, you're not with us. You're with your family.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, yes, you were speaking to your father, who was confirming a few things. Your origins as a family are one thing, but some may have come from other influences, it turns out. What did you learn there?
I mean, he didn't actually say it, but
I thought he totally did, actually, if I remember correctly. 100%
what,
leaned
that you
into-
came out of the coup?
Hey? Oh, no, that you came out of the tube. No, he didn't say that. But what did you learn about your family's origin, not your origin?
Oh, we're very mixed with the Fox Mantle Sigma. One of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems to be entranced by whatever the spirit hold is.
Right. That's right. To go to the spirit.
It has become a hot topic all of a sudden, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the Iron Garden guards really.
And so,
And he views anyone who unable to defend themselves as being worthy of dying.
they were weak. They weren't willing to do what it was necessary to survive.
Which, if they weren't willing to fulfill one of their primary duties,
Mhm.
and they ran away from that in cowardice, yeah, absolutely. But if they're just living in peace and not actually doing anything against anyone, and then taking beef with that, that's the whole other story.
We should have lost. Yeah. With that in mind, though, a lot of you concluded out last session asking a simple question, which was, would you be long resting? And the answer is a very simple yes. Now, all of you are in separate locales, as the case might be. So a lot of you were mostly together. You were, of course, up in the tower and wherever you want to be heading from. You have bed chambers that you can use. Meanwhile, Wilbur has as well bed chambers within Aaron Garden. I don't know that
He
would
doesn't.
have.
He needs to rest for 6 hours a day, but he can be aware the whole time.
That's fair. My point being is that you have a cell you plug into in the lab.
Cool.
It's very extreme music for the absolute nothing that is happening.
While everyone's resting. We're all having bad dreams.
Honestly, just the worst fucking.
This isn't relaxing for you guys?
So the question becomes where everyone would go to rest. There is, of course, the locale that you are in currently. Leonardi would offer for your room and board to be covered should you need a place to stay. This place has quite a few rooms available.
Spike and Cauldron.
Indeed.
Or Spike and Cauldron.
Spike and Cauldron.
We always have my house too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's back in fucking what's the place?
3 trees.
Which is where you
It's
guys
only,
are having.
only a stone away. Only a stone throw away.
It's not a throw, but yeah.
Poetic, damn it. Anyhow, moving on is point being, where is everyone going to nestle their heads for the night? Get some shut-eye, get them long rests. I mean, hello?
I think Draxus, Nesty, Scarsman, and I are together. Is that correct? These two are separate.
I'm gonna grab some twigs and throw them on my bed.
Should we go back to your hideout?
Lay down.
Like my house.
Take a little nest. I could probably get us through board at this place. Drax, Spike and Cauldron.
She's just gonna go to her assigned quarters, I guess, and use the bathhouse and that
Don't matter to me,
lavender
it's
soap
free
we
at my
found at
house,
the very
so.
beginning in the first session.
Oh, very nice, very nice. As you had to leave the chamber,
That's
You-
assuming he doesn't have anything else to tell me about where the fuck I came from and what we're doing here.
he doesn't offer anything. He doesn't volunteer any new revelations or anything like that. But he answers your questions honestly, is what you find.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been a talkative one, but he's always been direct and truthful.
I can't ask for more than that, really.
So as you're turning to leave, you hear the elevator, and then as the door opens up, and you see a lithe, pasty lady there, dressed in black, long flat hair hanging down about shoulder length, that swishes about silky like as she moves. This you recognize to be Tycho's wife, Mirren, the queen, if there was one, of this city, this city-state, this place.
Mm.
As
She's
she
the official wife.
of Tycho, yeah. As she walks in, sashaying past you without really acknowledging you in any way.
She's
shape,
just
or form.
gonna kind of step aside and do the bow. You know.
You do so. Throw a performance on it.
Just showing basic respect.
As you do.
Yeah. So it's performance.
Okay.
15.
You do so cordially, excellently. Posture and all is perfect. She walks past. She doesn't bear you any regard whatsoever. That's usually a good sign. With that said, she passes by as you take your moment in queue to make for the elevator without looking back, as dignified entrants are wont to do. You find the elevator door closed behind you as you turn around at the last second to find she's staring directly back at you over her shoulder as the door shuts. And the elevator starts taking you to the next floor, where you find yourself amidst the various attendants that come about almost immediately to see who it is arriving. And a moment later, you find yourself headed for your bedchambers with clean linens being stretched across the bed fresh. I can't repent against you guys, unless there's anything else last minute. Is there anything else? No, very good. You guys, where are you guys headed to rest? If anywhere. You can rest here, you
Should
can
we
rest.
go back to my house? We can
Back
unload
in
a bunch of
the
stuff there too if we want.
We can what?
We can unload a bunch of stuff there if we have like stuff we don't want to hang on to.
We can take a measure. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, my house we go.
Leonari leans forward as you're still situated doing the Captain Morgan thing. Gonna, I guess, cup of tea or mug of something in your hand. But,
This was sitting in the fridge. I don't know if you want to finish it or not.
oh, sure, actually, yeah, I've got 3 other cards.
Before I actually spill it or something.
Cheers. Where was I? So Leonari, he leans forth and he says, "It is sincerely been my pleasure to make all of your acquaintance. I have to admit, I did not quite expect to find it so easy to get along with a man of your reputation, and this coterie of yours in tow seems to be quite the exotic branches from all about the far seas indeed. I bid you adieu, sir, and hope to hear good news in the near future. Truly, I wish to realize that I know you do not need my support, but it is I who needs yours. However, in turn, you may appreciate my resources. Until then, sir."
What resources are you speaking?
He simply gives a nod towards the box, but a pittance as an example, sir.
There.
His attendants open up the door for you a moment later, as he doesn't say anything more, but he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything more. He doesn't look away. He simply smiles at you as he leans back. His corpulent self in blue suit as he is. He's got the gold buttons in 2 rows down, with the collar open. He's got a sort of white and red beard, large ears, and large eyes with big wrinkles and bags under him. He's a muscular fellow as he moves about. He doesn't waddle so much as shift the massive weight of himself from one massive trunk of a thigh to the other. He's in all due respect a very large fellow. And as you see upon the liver stains and whatnot of his pate, you also note that his skin is a bit mottled and gray, rather than just pure pink or human.
He
Okay.
is otherwise human.
He is mostly human, it seems, yes. He might have a bit of Goliath or a bit of ogre or something in him. His canines, teeth, and whatnot give away with pointed structure to them that this is very much the case. As his attendants, like I say, open the door for you and beckon you towards. He,
To leave or to go to our room?
To go back to his place.
to leave the chamber, yeah, to go wherever you might.
I'll sketch a bow to him.
He raises his teacup. Or wine glass, And you guys make your way out into the streets again.
If I may be so bold before we leave, do you offer lodging here, sir?
Yes, of course we do. The Spike and Cauldron is known quite well for its excellent lodging for men and women of all sizes and shapes. Jesus, we get all sorts of beasts, you see races. People of all sorts of walks of life.
It's great to know. In case I ever need a place to stay.
You're always welcome here, sir.
Thank you. I'll take my hat and go through the door.
And you find yourself on your way. Before long, you guys find yourself in the streets of Erengarden, in the underhangs, as it were. Hereupon, there's a bit of traffic flitting about as people are rebuilding now. The medication has been dispersed quickly, you note. In the mere few hours that you have been away from the laboratory, already experiments have seemed to be a success, and you can hear announcements of dosages being announced on the Vox systems around the undercarriage of this place. As you see, there's blue platforms floating around. You notice Tensor's discs with Erengarten's staff, that is to say, members of the militia proper, but with massive hypos and masks not unlike your own, but very different all the same, in black, sleek leather, and large canisters mounted on the side.
They're like security.
They look like a mix of medical attention and fuck you up, depending on who you are they run into.
Medical attention one way or another.
One way or the other, yes indeed.
So, clerics.
They're like Grammaton clerics of the fucking Erengarden realm, but they carry massive hypos instead of 9mm or 45s.
Hypos? What's that?
So they have these giant syringes. There's a canister, loophole, a plunger, and the needle is about yay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So as they, like I said, they're flying around this area just up here. If you imagine there's still structure, these things reaching up and holding more platform overhead. And I almost grabbed a big piece of steel just so all the light, and there's just shadow.
Are they within 30 feet?
No, they're like 60 feet, 30 feet, 90 feet. They're all over the place. They're like zip by. There's like a bit of traffic that flies over here. Meanwhile, you can see the jungle, of course, far down below. Piping and light pillars stuck out from the foliage to signify where flying units ought not tread. And as you guys find yourselves in the streets of Erengarden,
What you got?
Nothing too
Oh.
big. Travel.
and you guys come to the main transit bridge from the sector you were at. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are just teleporting. Never mind.
Through my door.
No, you're not. Good. Wink.
All right. I know you worked really
All
hard on
this
setting this
effort.
all up.
Yeah,
So,
we should start.
let's take
Take us all down.
As it were, though, you guys boink into
We don't have
trees,
to. I mean,
which
we
looks
walked,
nothing like
we walked here.
I haven't used my little
to
stone.
So you guys walked out into the street and then boinked out. That was the whole point of that. So that's why I built this.
Yeah.
With that,
Okay, now build 3 trees.
right? Exactly.
Just take these off and sleep pillars. There's
Just
three
hacks
trees.
down a pine.
Almost,
You
actually.
know what? We're just gonna imagine that the ground level comes up to here. There you go. Building.
With that, though, you guys literally find yourselves up on one of the high points of the city, suspended as such, still in an apartment, whereupon you can see the expansive sprawl of 3 trees reaching to the very river forks, which, of course, reach across to Nicka's Rest. Yeah, extra stream night, sir. Welcome back, Taylor. You're,
Hi, Taylor.
Hi.
So with that said,
Also
though,
Taylor.
the view is expansive and clearly expensive. As you note, Skarsbad's apartment here seems to have some opulence to it, with marble accoutrement amid the polished mud. It's comfortable space, as I described before. You guys rest upon, getting a quick bit of bon nuit, as it were. Next thing you know, the morning light is stabbing in upon your sight. As the sun rises overhead the whole city, you guys rise in kind, finding yourselves facing the day as you hear traffic outside, various lizards roaring from the streets below. You can hear the whole of the city din as people are roiling and bubbling past, as in a dark laboratory somewhere else, an autognome unplugs itself and comes face to face with Pinocchio's thick thick metal jaw as he looks down upon you and gives a smile, and then goes on to check the next unit. The camera pans against the curtains being opened by an attendant as you rise out of your bed, and they take the moment to kind of dress you for you before a moment passes. You're out in the hallways. As you're in the maintenance bay, giving yourself a quick lube job, as you know we all do in the morning.
Yeah.
Point being, you find yourself in the breakfast hall at a long fucking. You guys remember the first Batman with the long dining table and Bruce Wayne at one end, and
Mm-hmm.
so anyway, it's that, and you can see Tycho's way over there, and Marin's right next to him, and you come into the breakfast hall, and Marin says, you are here. Excellent. We saved you a spot. And she points, and the camera just pulls all the way down to the other end of the table, and there's a single bowl and plate, and an attendant gives you a bow and a smile. Actually, there's no smile. I lie. They have no mouth.
I'm used to it.
You have no mouth?
They have no mouth. As you walk over, you hear the, it's kind of annoying, but you know, it's what it is. The of the feed tube that's attached to the side of their neck from their back. You know, attendants. You just fill them once for the day and let them go. They don't have to eat again. It's nice. Yeah, efficient. That said, though, you sit down, get seated, get served. Breakfast this morning comes as like a black sort of sludge. Like every other morning. I mean, this stuff is good for you. Puts it around your chest.
They made it extra sludgy, just the way I like it.
As this happens, it shows you in the laboratory actually consuming the same stuff.
Delicious.
And then it cuts to you guys as you guys are rising and shining. And I guess it would just be like the falafel moment out of the Marvel movies. If you remember the end credit scene. Where,
the shawarma.
The shawarma.
You know what you I know a place just down the road.
I want to take a minute to say that if any of you guys go out when Solitaire's, sleeping and stuff, he obviously doesn't wear his mask. And some of you might notice he has like a metallic diamond-shaped birthmark right in between you guys. Right here.
He's Raven from Teen Titans.
Hence the mask.
Just figured out your origin story. That was it.
Otherwise, he looks like a gnome.
You looking like a gnome.
Very handsome.
That's the Asimar, right?
He is actually Asmar, but it says in the new book that they can be born to any parents. Like,
Oh,
they can
interesting.
be small, and it just happens once in a while for
You
like
know-
tieflings.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that is the first fucking change where I think to myself, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
That's the first fucking thing where I think of 2024's rules where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like,
Tieflings
that's
the
a
same
good
way.
change, you know? It's not just a tweak, it's like a good change.
It's world building.
It's a good world building change. I think.
It's, how tieflings can be born to humans, but they have like a little bit of demon blood in them or whatever it is, infernal, whatever you want to call it.
That's
Asmar,
the
the
honor
opposite.
the same idea.
Yeah,
but-
celestial.
But then can a tiefling just be a gnome tiefling now?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
even,
yes?
Even
Okay.
humans can be small. No.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know all that.
That's fun.
That's interesting.
So you can actually even be a dragonborn Tiefling.
I mean, wait a minute. What's the?
Huh?
You could always make your dude small. They just
I
made
mean,
mechanics behind it, is what I'm assuming you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the option
Oh
of
my
being medium or
God.
small.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
there's
that
no
makes more
like
sense.
tiefling?
Right. Okay. No, that's cool.
Same with tieflings.
You can just be a human,
I
but you're
never
a midget.
understood
So,
Yeah.
tiefling.
In
I'm
fact, there's an illustration of a midget
Whatever
on
it's
that
a dragon
page.
tiefling.
yeah, 100%.
among
I mean,
other humans.
cool.
Very inclusive.
Pretty much for both Asimar and Tieflings that you can essentially mix and match whatever race now. Aside from one has to be celestial, one has to be infernal.
Interesting. Okay, that I did not know, and that alone might be worth buying the full rules. It wasn't you that convinced me, Wizards.
It was my friends.
Anyhow, where were we here? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry to derail things.
No,
We
no,
were
no,
just
I
getting-
appreciate that. Is point that you guys are having breakfast, doing the thing, cuts between the three contrast scenes there showing how everybody's doing. But breakfast concluded as everyone does what they do. I don't know if you say anything to Mirren and Tycho over there.
Well, no, it would be very rude of me to disturb their breakfast rituals.
Of course.
Has a little service bell.
Their attendant comes down. Your attendant hands them a message. That attendant runs back. They fill in a response. Your attendant runs down there and then runs back with it.
Just one word responses too, back and forth. The attendant's just like, I fucking hate my life.
I want to say actually that happens. The attendant shows up and there's like a little note that says, "How are you?" And then you send one back that says, "Whatever, good. How are you?"
Good in you.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys have a Marvy breakfast. Meanwhile, you have an efficient, effective breakfast.
Perfect.
And you guys have, what do you guys have? Who cooks what?
I don't know that I must have like basic rations with me.
You have received 6 hit points temporarily. Appreciate that, and welcome to your garden.
Fuck yeah.
Happy breakfast to all.
You know what I've got? A fucking box full of money.
Oh, are you?
We should go treat
Oh, no.
ourselves to some breakfast, because I got a box full of money.
Now that would be inclusive rules.
I got some rotten eggs in the fridge that I'm gonna scramble up if anybody wants that. I'm a goblin. This shit's good.
I mean,
I just got paid.
I'm not arguing.
I got
Aged to perfection.
not very
You
fertilized
clear.
eggs.
I
They're
know.
extra crunchy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm mine.
It's not very clear.
Hey, does Nestea lay eggs? Maybe we can eat those.
You mind your fucking mouth.
Do we have free breakfast with us?
Yes!
What's that? Do we have free breakfast with us at all times?
I'm
No,
just
you're
gonna-
at his house.
All right,
Yeah,
hear me
yeah,
out.
right now.
Now I'm
Do
gonna
our
go stand
giant
up and
bird.
shit on his plate. There you go.
Oh,
There's your fucking
oh,
egg.
you gotta think like a
He's
4-foot
acquiring
bird. You gotta have
he's
eggs at breakfast.
If
If
he
a
could
1
just
foot
lay
bird's
an
going to
egg.
egg like that, you
I
gotta
don't think you can say it.
No, I can't. I'm just gonna go shit on his plate and be like,
What?
bon appetit.
You can tell
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
gonna
an
egg
egg.
like gay at like
Just give it.
8
You don't even have to
inches tall.
have
That's our
You
4
can
foot.
tell it's not an egg. That's it. Right.
Salt
So, what
like
are you making for breakfast, good sir? Tell me.
Well, I'm making my fertilized eggs.
Fertilized.
Yeah,
what about
so
you?
that's
What do you?
crunchy.
What are you doing? You're at his place.
It's like those things you get in.
Yeah.
Can we go get something? I would
Absolutely.
think.
All right, you're heading out. All right, you said now. What are you doing?
I've eaten a
You're
lot
gonna
of
go
cultural
what,
foods,
with
but
him?
that one
How
I'm
many
personally stayed
Any
away
snacks?
from.
Okay, cool.
I've been offered
I'm
that.
just
What
gonna go exploring.
are you doing?
Come with me.
What are you doing for
Uh,
breakfast? You going with him or you?
I don't know.
I could be.
You're
You're
eggs,
in
or you're
Aaron.
in Aaron. So it's that. Are you going with him
Or
or
be
you?
that far away.
Doing eggs, going to
We're
him.
in 3
I'm gonna go with them. I don't want balloon.
Yeah.
I'm putting 2 dogs outside, and I'm gonna put Claudia with Swallow. The hamster's lost upstairs. And I gotta take already girl guide, so I just
Oh, I
want
see.
you to know that they're here and that
Okay.
you want anything to get the hamster.
Or one of you
Just
guys.
in case they find a fucking snack.
Well, the dogs are good about it. It's the cat I'm worried about.
Yeah,
And
they're
specifically, it's Oreo. Oreo gets curious about it, but he's kind of the hamster detection device. It's like, oh, he's curious about that space? Well, there's the hamster.
How often does this happen?
It's covering all bases.
Too often. Honestly, it just happened last
Hamster in
time.
a
and
corner
we wanted
hiding from
couch,
Oreo
actually,
having
yeah.
panic attack.
Oh man, I have a panic attack each time. I can't take another loss like that. I can't do it. I'm traumatized man over here. Riley, you gotta understand, I'm a sad dog. Right. As we were, so you're headed out, or you headed out with Solitaire for breakfast? Are you chilling
Yeah,
out?
I'm gonna go solitaire.
You guys go socialize, cool. And you guys have eggs, awesome. Eggs on the veranda, as this place has a fucking veranda.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And Dead Series has like a marble, fucking polished mud with wooden studded balustrades underneath it, supporting this thing up. Just looks elegant, just like it looks like from a distance a piece of wheat. But up close, you see this like curled, all this like handcrafted, lovingly built sort of tower. That's a lot of it etched or carved out of one of the titular trees of 3 trees. And these 3 trees and 3 trees are these massive oaks that go all the fucking way up like the trees of life. There's 3 of them. They have no branches really coming off until way up top, and it's just kind of like a scant few massive branches that so that they're doing enough. And otherwise, there's a swamp below that gives these things so much life that no matter what people are doing these things, they can't seem to kill it. As long as there's regulations about staying away from the core of the trunks too, so that the tree can survive. But point being,
It's like the Avatar tree.
it's like the Avatar trees. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
While we're here, though, I do need to rip to my Thieves Guild just for a moment. I have to relay some information.
We can go to your guild, and then we can go to my church.
Just some super honorable business dealings.
I'm gonna plug my
I'm
fucking
sure.
brain into
The
the
most
tree.
honorable.
Love that.
What?
The
I'm
most.
gonna plug my brain into the tree.
Do you think it's possible Delilah left anybody in her little cell under your house?
Why would she have somebody in a cell?
Well, she had a little. She had the move dirt cantrip or whatever. So her little thing was to build these little nests and then bring people back for.
Because I'm in an apartment kind
I don't think she ever went there. I don't think Delilah ever went to your place.
I don't think so.
I don't think that happened. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think I was the only one that went there.
I'm still curious.
Yeah, that whole episode
I didn't know
went
she
with
just
you.
kidnapped people for a hobby. But
Yeah,
that's the part that I'm
Delilah's
curious
a
about.
fucked up bitch.
Good thing we
And
left
God bless those fucked up.
Look at this bird cage I made. And I'll keep you forever and ever and ever.
There we go. So you would like to go see your guys are going for what? Sharma, I guess. Okay.
Fuck yeah, really good shawarma.
Some of the best actually. Three Trees has some amazing shawarma, as you might imagine. I mean, they got swamp leaves of all sorts that they can fold this
What's
stuff
this
into.
made out of?
And as far as meats go, they got the whole caboodle. You, on the other hand, sir, I would like you to throw investigation as you make your, or not investigation, sorry, perception as you make your way down. Passive perception of yours is 13, I believe. No, you are.
My shit's all fucked because I just did that. Change my guy
Change
in
everything?
2014, and now I'm trying to spear him out again.
Do what you got to do, my friend.
But what were my stats before? Because now they're 12, 14, 15. Do you remember what they were? Did you ever write down?
No. Oh, yeah, I would have once upon a time actually.
Oh, for perception,
Draxus, yeah.
perception, investigation, insight. I know.
He's got to find one of the entries. Where's the most recent one?
You actually did it not that long ago.
There we go. Yeah. Vartok, Skarsvat, and Alyssa. Where's Draxus? I don't have Draxus in this one. I have Draxus in the initiative. No, there's Melf. Where the fuck is Draxus for his stats? Did I never get Draxus' stats? No, I must have. Oh, there you go. Aha. 12, 11, 50. For passive perception, passive insight, and passive investment.
Now they're 12, 14.
Passive investigation, passive insight. So 12 for passive perception, 11 for passive investigation, 15 for insight.
Now they're 12, 14, 15.
Well, that's alright.
I'd take the new ones.
Yeah.
Good to know. Sorry, as we were. Passive in your case, sir, was 11.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
Investigation's 13.
And that said, as you're making your way down towards your base, towards the Three Trees headquarters rather than your base in Iron Garden, you're thinking over everything you're going to say to Mr. Ink, Mr. Mordeno, as you come upon the first of the bridges, and the fellow on the other side gives you a wave as you give him a symbol back, and he drops the lever, and you watch as the two halves of the bridge kind of come together as you make your way across. It gives you a right as you make your way past and inside the place. Next thing you know, you're in kind of the same dark hallway as before, following along until you reach that same kind of rotunda. There's that kind of river around the place with a bit of green glow, and out comes Ink. Well, actually, Ink's already there. Ink's already there. As you walk in upon, do you remember his first name? Do you remember his partner? There's a lizard there. As you look upon that fellow, and you can throw me history. As you look upon the fellow, and you've heard of this fellow before.
6.
You know that he was a member of the Wars, and
That's the guy that starts with the R?
you know that this guy worked with that guy. He was the second in command to him.
I always want to say like Rakshaka.
Actually, now it's the CME, actually.
No, that's
Airshak.
Arashak. Yeah.
Meshach
I
and
painted him.
It's
Part of me.
My dyslexia just like chopped him in half and just went.
I mean, Rakshaka could definitely be a boss. Or some other ancient entity.
Sounds like it.
With all this in mind, though, as you come upon, and the place is dark, otherwise it's the black circle, as it is. The green shifts to a white, as you realize that suddenly you can hear yourself breathing again. You hadn't realized that you couldn't. But then you realize that you're in the circle, and they probably just dropped the silence.
I got Ink's name.
Fantastic, yeah, it's Davin Mordino.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have his last name. I had Davin, and then brackets Ink.
Davin Ink Mordino. With that said, entering upon, Ink looks over towards you as you look upon the lizard and the tiefling, the blue cobalt skin tiefling, as the white light shifts up and you see it glowing off of his skin, illuminating him with his sort of ram horn curls. And he's got a long-brimmed black hat, simple cylindrical stove top, short stack stove top, as he regards you with a toothy grin, the sort that you'd see on a carnival king or a salesperson, a snake oil salesperson. With that in mind, Davin regards you and says, "Scarsman, it is a pleasure to see you once again. You have returned. And good news, I assume, from your advice. How is it that you survive all these incredible, cataclysmical events?" "I have to say, I'm quite curious of this myself," the tiefling says, in regards, as he looks down upon you. "Scarsman, is it? Well then, perhaps my associate and I will be speaking with you if you're walking through the area loops."
I wanted to update you on the progress of the Aaron Garden base rebuild. Also update you that there has been a sieve there. They've made their marks with mango.
The tiefling at this kind of looks away. Meanwhile, Davin just looks at you and he nods along. He doesn't look away. He's focused on you, taking you seriously as you're talking. Meanwhile, you see another fellow walk in from the back. He's a very nobly dressed individual. Just kind of fades into the darkness. Your dark vision gave him you his outline, but as he fades up against the light of the circle and comes into view, you can see that the various robes that he's wearing are quite bright in hue and color, and moreover, he's quite nobly dressed. From where he's standing now in the glinting light, you can see where he's showing off several pieces of jewelry.
Can I roll insight to see if I know, like...
You're not there. This is just out there.
Oh, this is just me. I thought it was with you. You and I had breakfast and we were going down to see a thing.
Looks like this is after eggs. Are you going with him? Is you taking him with?
I don't mind. Well, I was going to go with you.
That's an excellent question.
I thought we were going to go to your place and we were going to go to the church.
But,
Oh yeah, I thought I was going to do my thing and you're going to do the church.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Just kind of kill two birds with one stone. Get two birds.
You know what? Truth be, I can do that too. But point being is, you come upon you. He regards you and gives you his full attention as you see another figure come in. You see he's quite nobly dressed. And as you give him the report, and he looks over towards the tiefling and then back towards the other fellow coming through. That fellow says, If the Civ are being involved, then we will have difficulty for certain. If they know of us and are looking to develop relations with the Erangard side of things, they know that something is up. We should be cautious on this. There is no telling where and how they may find us. Their influence is strong. They know of the natives. And this fellow, he's kind of pasty and a little rigid, like he's seen some battle, but that was been years ago. As he's, you want to say a human fellow. Again, he's got some liver stains, and his robust corpulent self kind of gives way to maybe some other sorts of origins in his history, some other blood lineage. But as you watch the two of them jostle and bandy about, they look towards you, or rather focus on Davin, then look at you to give him the the signal that you again have their full attention. As you look upon them and they expectantly wait for you, you think of all the various events that you've gone through in the orc tribes and whatnot. Did you tell them about any of that?
Yeah, I'll let them know that we had a run-in. Not necessarily run-in, but an encounter with Crush's crew.
Did you tell them the details of what you guys were doing?
Getting the
hydrocephalate, etc.
Yeah.
As you go through all this, they hang on every word until finally you're finished, and the tiefling gives a low whistle as Davin gives a nod. That's a lot. I don't know how it is that you survive.
Well, I just hope it helps us survive because it kills the spores.
Strange that we don't. It's strange that we don't have any of that sort of influence over here. As far as anything's gone, this whole region has been more or less devoid of any influence. It seems that whatever's not there has been released upon the swamps is very focused. Intelligently so, I might add. Upon
Well, it's
Iron Claw.
it is
whatever
mimic.
secrets it has.
It's
You say it's what the hell is Enigma?
Big Mouth. That's what I was saying.
Oh, this is that mycelium thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
He looks over towards Davin, who just nods and looks about.
Smart sports.
We've been lucky so far. He says simply after this. And after a moment, he actually throws you a sack, and it jangles as you catch it easily enough. It feels heavy, and he says to you it's something to help get the base going some further. If anything special catches your eye, be sure to pick it up, because it seems you're going to need whatever you can to secure the Black Circle's interests if the Civ are so easily entering it upon. It's up to you how you want to engage, he says. It's really just about taking our cut, he says. But the Civ are known to take over in one fashion or another.
Sure. At least they left their symbol in a peaceful manner, though, with fruit and not like blood or dead bodies.
He gives you a nod and says, that's why you're getting that sack right there. Fruit is a plant abortion.
Plant abortion?
He says,
Sounds delicious.
Give me a fruit sack.
he
Somebody
says,
say smoothie?
it might be worth seeking out some sort of arrangement with them, if you can manage that.
I mean, they already know where we are, so I might as well go looking for them now.
I think that's what they might have done, is provided you that invite.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll ask him if there's anything that he wants me specifically to either give them or any information to give them specifically. Scrolls or anything maybe that I'm not supposed to know that they want them to know.
he points to the sack and tells you that's for you to figure out, and that should fund whatever it might be that they're after. He states after a moment that there should be about 500 platinum worth of gemstones and coinage in there. So you've got $5 grand in the bank.
Okay.
As,
But there's
as
no
you
special messages that they want me to give to the set.
He looks over towards the tiefling and then over towards the noble fellow, and you hear him say, Hawkenstern. And the fellow he calls Hawkenstern gives a shake of his head. The tiefling says, well, we don't really know what the hell they're after, do we? So as soon as you find out, that's when we'll know what sort of message we want to give them. But the truth be, as you say, you want to be working with them. If there's one lesson I've learned time and again, you gotta adjust this jaw. Them frogs, they're bad news. If you can curtail their favor, all better.
Alright.
Now, I'm not saying I recognize this character's voice. Something about him I don't like.
That makes two of us.
Besides,
Past light, my character sees flash of lightning, bad memories.
if we want to continue to grow in the swamps, take my advice. We want to work with everybody we can. All the different races. If there's anything the Crocus, them Crocus folk, them talk. Everybody throughout
One
this-
more question. Do I keep this interaction with the Civ kind of under wraps? Or is this kind of like an open thing that we can talk about between us?
Davin gives a kind of screwed up look to his face and then looks around for a moment, rolls his eyes and says that he's not really sure how it'll matter at this stage. We'll see what comes of it, he says.
Okay.
But be careful.
That's what I'm trying to do.
He also says that if you're really keen to find out any details of this, you can seek out a cartographer that happens to have a map of some drover villages that will get you in touch with the Civ directly. And that if you want to, you can reach out to Liam, a jeweler in this area.
Yeah.
But that said, he bids you adieu and says that if you can find anything that the Civ want thereby, you have the funding to do it, or you should. And if you need more, come back and tell us. Or tell me, he says.
Sounds good.
And as you're leaving, the tiefling fellow, the cobalt blue fellow, he leans over, bends down, and sweeps off his hat and says, in the meantime, until next time, my good friend, my name is Draken Croman. And it will be a pleasure.
That's the guy we have problems with the whole time.
Roman.
Fucking
Motherfucker.
wreck.
to have an int upon the Erlengarden
I have a feeling
Ask him what his opinion of grungs is.
circle.
Yeah, no wonder they don't like frogs.
With that said, the camera pans against you as you make your way away from the base to show a church whereupon a large dragonborn figure silhouettes against the door, with its shadow first before it steps into view, right shoulder first before the rest of it pops up, massive back muscles rippling as you can see he's not actually armored currently, but in pious breeches and tunic, ready for, as he enters in upon the space, the rinse, as the various attendants come and give you a quick wash over, taking all of the grime of the exterior off. And they actually get under some of the scales and scrub out a lot of grime and such. Like you get literally like dry bathed by wet sponges just standing right there. But that all happens and they move you forth and you walk into the light of the massive stained glass shrine that sits in the kind of carved out window where it rests and catches the light and kind of reflects it in via these gilded edges to an otherwise mostly wooden effigy of Bahamut, massive and foreboding as it situates over top of the altar. As you approach upon, pious in the moment, its huge visage, the statue, stares down upon you. You feel a tension grow within you as you roll religion.
$18.
As I search. Nope. Oh, no. It is. Yeah.
Nice.
As the light casts upon you. Sorry, what'd you roll? 8. Yes, you did.
For a second, I thought you were just going to say 8.
Everybody takes 50 cents for that one. Thank you. As you bask in the light of Bahamut, a voice slowly calls out. At least you think it is a voice, but then you recognize it as several voices, several calls, roaring out at the same time as many silver dragons sing out towards you. And a moment later, you hear the sudden echo as they all as it echoes against your body, a reverberant sort of energy that you can't even explain yourself, as others nearby would even say that they watched your scales ruffle and flutter like feathers upon your body, as you shiver from the tailbone all the way up through to your cerebellum, the very stalk of your brain, feeling a warmth resonate from your skin all across your body. But despite all of this, you feel something tense, a knot deep within your soul. As you look towards the heavens with your eyes closed, the bright light piercing against your lids, you feel his presence. It, the one, his grace, the chromed figure, his shining eminence, looking down towards Draxus, and you feel so small in it all. And you hear your voice crescendoing in the distance as his voice echoes out. What is it that you seek, my son? And it drawls across, echoing as it washes across you, the warmth of the rays casting upon your scales. You have made choices, and I do not resent these choices in you. As you stand there basking in this, you feel yourself welling as the knot slowly comes undone. As the sun basks you further and further, as the voice echoes about you, the attendants nearby start to mop off some of the sweat. As you feel their mopping hands and rags, taking the coating of your scales off, so that you can reflect even further the beauty of Bahamut as it shines down. And you hear in the distance the clamor of something far away. The very swamps itself you recognize, the din of dragonflies, fish jumping, the creeks running, the river rushing, the din of the city, as you were walking about a moment ago, echoing outside. All of it present, prevalent.
Like heightened sense.
Totally heightened senses. In this moment, as you're hearing the crescendo of all of Bahamut's angelic dragon forms and figures dancing about and relishing in the same light that you are basking in. The honor and glory that you seem to feel. As he says, simply, tell me though, why did you trust that you could do the things that you did?
I walk in the light of Bahamut and trust that your wisdom guides me.
Then let
I
my
choose
wisdom-
to do your bidding and hopefully act in a way that honors you and your stature. I bathe in the wisdom of Bahamut.
You can throw me another religion check at advantage.
That song was so good.
So good, we're doing it again.
No, we're
I was picturing like,
That was not
like an
great.
80s cheesy semi-religious montage.
Only
the whole time.
a 13 on that.
It's great.
Oh,
As you,
inspired. Inspired?
oh, damn. All right.
Even worse. Stick to 13.
As you
Did
as you state this,
Oh, we haven't seen each other.
Bahamut simply says, "Your uncertainty is not misplaced. You have to understand that you are a champion. You always were. You were a chosen Draxus. You are a champion and shall remain so. But choices have taken you elsewhere.
Is this his voice or is this just.
You notice that things are starting to shift as you bask in this light.
Could I.
And it's still as warm as ever, but a bit wet as the attendants continue to mop the moisture off of your scales as it
roll
continues to
insight?
form.
Do I believe that this is not Draxus, but actually.
You're still Draxus.
Not Draxus.
But I will say
Not
you're having
Bahamut.
like literally an out of body moment where you're staring back at yourself.
Feels like. What's his name for.
Bastra.
Dambastra. Do I feel like this is Dambastra? Trying to fool me?
You're not sure. What's your insight? Your insight is 14.
Yes.
As you,
Insight is 15.
And 15, sorry. As you look around yourself, feeling yourself in the darkness, trying to sense what is going on, you're not sure. But you can throw me an insight, yeah.
Do better.
15 is pretty fucking good on its own.
Okay, let's just stick
Okay.
15.
As you sense about, there's something in all this tension that is not right. Something that doesn't rest well.
Since I'm being misled.
But you're not sure what it is exactly. You assuredly felt the presence, the grace, the immensity of your God but a moment ago.
That voice reminds me of Dambastra.
As you continue to hear the crescendoing echo of the swamps in the distance, once now next to you, almost incredibly so that you feel like you are soaking wet in the midst of them. And as you look around for a moment, you suddenly realize the mists have coiled about you, and there's tall grasses everywhere, and everything feels like it was always like this, but no, it wasn't, was it?
I
No.
curl my lip and shudder a little bit.
Do you open your eyes? Or do you keep them closed? Your eyes have been closed the whole time, but you can still see all of this in the mind's eye as you're looking about. Do you open them or you keep them closed?
Keep them closed, but I stay guarded. I start to shield myself.
Okay. As you continue to become more and more suspicious in this tense fog and now growing swamp environs all around you, you can hear the low guttural growls of predators in the distance.
Show
You
yourself.
feel crocodiles. As you say this out, your voice echoes away. Show yourself. As you feel a rush past you, it seems like you hear a wing, and then a moment later beating away in the distance. A moment next to you, and then a moment later miles away in the distance, threatening upon you.
Your wings?
A wing. A single wing suddenly beat right next to you, a rush of air rush over you. And then a moment later you hear this all a distance away. Meanwhile, what's going through Draxus' mind in all this, I'm going to say, is a confusion, but you feel a definite knot in your stomach return, and you don't know what to make of it. As you hear an echo in the distance, a growling, echoing voice that says, "You have gone away, but you will come back. Won't you? Draxus, Draxus, come back."
Secret Keeper, I do not consider you an enemy, but a friend. However, I do not wish you to be in my mind.
As you hear the hiss and see the black scales start to coalesce around the horizon, and suddenly the whole of the horizon of the swamp turns into the adder as it slips around you once again. It says, "Oh, but you have already accepted me. Bahamut, he is there. There he is." And he parts slightly to show like a valley that is like two black valleys together. And there's like Bahamut in the distance, like the sun, just flapping ever so simply and idly. And he says, "Just over there. And you," and his face just comes into view again, "will see him again. You haven't lost sight. He's quite proud of you, in fact. You heard what he had to say, didn't you? You bask in his light, don't you?"
I worship and honor Bahamut. I do not presume to know his thoughts or feelings.
But you're getting ready to roll what?
I'm just
Fair enough.
Ready.
As he slips up against you, and it shows actually the side profile. You're situated there. You're not like trapped by him anyway, but you're standing stoic as he comes right up to you. His massive head is easily just taking up half the screen as this snout comes in, and he slips up side by side, eye to eye with you.
It's like Jafar.
Yeah, literally, or Iago and Jafar, right? Just like right in your face with this massive globular and almond pupil staring directly as it pinpoint focuses in upon you, and says, "You'll be gone soon enough. I don't need you forever, but you have learned so much." And then he like slips away a second later, and he says, "Just trust and enjoy. Remember." And he starts to like ebb, like just water lowering away as the whole of his scales and everything slip out of view. And you see nothing but the light. And once again, as you hear the silver dragons crescendo, and you hear his echo, "Your father is out there, but I have you for now. Make him proud." He says as he disappears altogether, and you can feel the attendants like shoving against you as you've suddenly lost your stoicism in the moment. And then you hear one of the attendants say, "It seems he's coming out of it. And he seems to be an important boar," one of the bullywugs says as he comes towards you and kind of gives you a light slap on the cheek there. As you look down and you see his collared white tunic itself as the bullywug, "Well, he's around now." He kind of like slaps you in the eye with his tongue and kind of cleans you off of about a bunch of the moisture, leaving behind a sticky residue.
Shake it off and feel a bit stunned. Not quite sure what to make of this entire situation.
You feel 3 attendants holding you from behind, holding you up aloft, as you suddenly realize you've lost your legs a little while ago.
I regain myself.
You slowly get yourself together.
Thank you. I've got this.
They give you bows themselves and walk away. You find yourself situated such that the others look upon you and then walk away as well. There's no judgment. Everyone gives you the adieu, and then you hear like them all wringing all of this moisture out as you watch yourself, and you are soaked head to toe, and you find bits of like leafy green stuck between your toes and such. Like you had just been walking through the whole swamp.
Give myself a little shake.
You do so. There's just a poof of moisture and a bunch of like seaweed leaves that explode off you.
As I see the statue, I venture forth to the high priest.
You do so. The high priest, who has been watching you the whole time, gives you the Bahamut greeting from the bird. Totally. The cause,
Yeah.
In any event,
I see. I give him a quick debrief on all of the stuff that's going on in the swamps and with all the fungus in the Aaron Garden, because I assume they don't travel too fast this way.
they say they know of. Yeah, sorry, continue. You're telling them everything.
I tell them everything about Sigma's fungus. What's it called? Enigma?
The Mi'kmaq, as it were.
And also give him the money from the thing. And tell him that I hoped to try and get our religion pushed.
Gonna see that priest at the fucking Rippers later.
As is intended, as these lands are typically of dark dragons, I want Bahamut to have a stronghold here.
Go spread some freedom. Whoa. Yeah, just get that freedom into people's faces, man.
Because I've already given them like some dragon skills before, and now money.
So, okay. A stronghold in this place, he says, it is excellent of you to bring us this funding. Yes, of course, we will do this for this pittance that you bring us. Excellent stuff on this side. You understand. We will require more for a stronghold to His greatness. Of course. In due course, this. How much did you give him?
The platinum that I was given last time.
It was 1,000 gold.
10 platinum.
10 platinum. 100 gold. Yeah. He says this will be enough for processing the documents for whatever property that we find.
Every journey starts with a single step.
Indeed, and you have taken the single step, indeed. But Bahamut be with you. That was quite the episode. He leans in and he says, I remember once I had a similar sort of episode, but it was not the same. I've never seen something quite so robust before. The vision was incredible. Your scales shifted black for a brief moment.
I explained my encounter with
Dumbostra.
Dumbostra to him.
Ooh, roll religion.
That might not be something wise.
Anyone?
Sinner.
I'll inspire you.
Do you
it's just gonna
inspire
show
him
up
or
and do
scare
it.
him? This is the real question. Yeah, like really?
Bahamut, dude, we just talked about
Nat
this.
20.
Nice.
Yeah,
From a
20.
dude was funny,
Shut
baby.
the front door. Wow. It was meant to be. It was just kind of the philosophy of the guy in text. As you explain this all, he's just like, at first, heaven help me. But then he leans forward and he says, truly, this is the first step in accepting a marriage of the faiths of this swamp and perhaps validating for once and all the pantheon of the peoples of this regime. After all, the swamps are full of life, and their spirits have manifested many a time to great effect. There is no reason not to validate that.
Indeed. The church.
Well upon that, and I see why you are not smited and still retain your glory. Such it is that you have strangely found a common ground and most likely walk a thin thread, my friend.
That's one of my things. I can find common ground with him.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Mom, you never gonna.
Martin Luther
Never
King
mind.
speech right there. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, totally.
The deities of these swamps
Just
are
gonna
great.
suck to have to shoot him.
The deities of these
Might
swamps.
be an unfortunate circumstance. That said, though,
The deities of these swamps are great, but none are as powerful as Bahamut. They could all serve Bahamut.
yeah, go ahead. He says, truly, your mind is in the right place. And as he gives you a hand on your shoulder, he blesses you for the day. And then he hands you, as he pulls it out of his robe, he kind of just like spins it around, and then he like does an underhand throw over his back and catches the blade like this. And then he throws it up in the air and catches it in his teeth vertically. And he throws it down. Okay. Anyway, he presents the knife over towards you as you hold it aloft. It then glows in your hand, and he says, "This +2 dagger of returning. May you take it in good faith and health. Bahamut's flying pain and points will deliver concise precision strikes from a distance."
Question. Let's say a monster was to eat the dagger.
Yeah.
And you went,
I can pull it out. Yeah, no shit, eh? It would fly around, causing terrible damage for a while, and then eventually kill the thing or drill through it. One way or the other.
So I can throw this dagger and it comes back.
yeah.
It's like
Or does it just
it's like
reappear
a
in
dude
your
off
hand?
of Fox Hawking. He's got that one.
Oh, good
He just
question.
throws his daggers They're always.
Yeah, it's a returning dagger. I'm pretty sure it flies back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it.
In Vox, it just reappeared in his hand. I don't know.
That's actually a different campaign setting, though.
Okay.
You can look up the magic item. It's actually an item in there, canon-wise. The returning dagger.
You just got a forum where he fucking has Loki and throws fucking Mjolnir, and he's just like,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to fess up. He's like, oh,
You know what? He actually doesn't unfurl one dagger from his cloak like a madman. He takes out a proper box with his attendant brings by a proper box actually, and he unfolds the thing lit up, giving you forth a little strap of 3 blades on it. So you have 3 of these items.
Nice.
Excellent.
Next, he brings forth a small book that is what it looks like at first, but you realize as it comes closer that it's more box-like, and as the priest explains it, this is apparently Bahamut's spell book that they're giving to your level as you're being promoted. And so this is your ceremonial spell book for you. Not that you need a spell book so much so, but you can use it as a focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the book itself doesn't have any spells in it. What it has is various incantations of Bahamut's set on silver. The thing's actually worth about $2,500. So you can see
is about to become the patron saint of Union.
literally you can see your name is emblazoned on all sides of the box.
I thank him for these
Okay,
items.
sorry.
And ask if
The
there's
music's a
any.
bit much. Sorry guys. That was like not happening. This is the
I don't know,
music
man.
show.
I was getting pretty tensed up.
It's just the wrong fucking tune. This is more likely the one that
Thank you for these items.
The
will
fellow-
help me.
regards
They
you.
will help me. They will help me spread the word of Bahamut and his tenants.
Everybody takes 50 experience.
50?
Another 50. No, there was 50 earlier.
Oh, I thought you said 15.
50.
So the followers of Dumbastra are dumbasses?
How'd you mean?
Dumbastra? Dumbasses?
That's terrible. I hope not.
This is the church of
I asked-
dumbasses.
I ask if you have any
The dumbasses
news
go
or
to
missions.
Dumbastra.
As the head priest kind of blinks like this at you and he says, "It seemed to me as if you already had a holy purpose in mind. From what I see of you, Draxus." And he holds you with both shoulders, kind of like Jack Nicholson did Bob in fucking the first Batman. He's just like, "Oh, you're my number one guy." You know, that's what he. And he just holds you like that for a moment as he says, "You are with your holy quest, Draxus. I believe in you, as does your father."
He's one of those priests.
Yeah, he's totally
We're
feeling
all
up the
those
scales,
priests.
getting under them. Sorry?
We're all those priests.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, the chapel just smells like lube and shit daily. But anyway, so point being, you're regarded by the priest as such. He says to you, "You're on a quest, are you not? Are you not seeking out a goal of some sort already?
Do you have any advice?
Trust your instincts, Draxus." And he simply regards you as he regards you as he takes one hand out, like he's holding takes one hand off, and he just look at our father, his glory. Look at that face staring down upon you. Your face, Draxus. And he drags one hand across you, and across your jawline and everything. Your face sits up there on the mantle. Your face of honor, of greatness. Go forth.
I guess like tingle, electricity slowly goes from scale to scale. So you get a shiver in the back.
Hereafter know that you will be known as Nearest Talon. The Black Talon, as it were.
A bit racy, but okay.
It's not my fault that the fucking snake's a black adder, yeah?
What color dragon are you?
Like a,
Should we call you Black Scale? I don't know.
I'm like a
Black
bluey.
You know what? You're the Black Scale.
Oh, okay.
Back.
As it was written, so it is told. He says.
Black Talon, yeah.
From there,
My boss's name is Talon.
as you make your way out, decent enough rolls that you got by through the interaction without being penalized for anything. You convinced your head priest that you're not a piece of shit. All in all, I'd say that's a pretty productive day, sir. Do you want to like put your fist in the poor box on your way out or anything? You've done excellently. As a result, also because of your promotion, you have a place to stay. That's the Church of Bahamut, which actually doesn't actually have a place to stay. But once you've built it with your hard-earned ducats, you'll have a place to stay. Because you currently have. What is your role, Dan?
I'm an acolyte, so I already have.
So you were an acolyte. You just got promoted.
Yeah.
So the next roll up, if you want to Google it, I can't remember. Like, I don't know. Pick a religion and take a title, and then fuck with
What
it.
is the next rank above acolyte?
Acolyte.
In what religion, yo? Or if any religion. Maybe there is a natural term above acolyte. Journeyman.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Actually.
Sounds
So Mandalorian, is it?
I don't know.
Tourism.
First thing that came.
So you are.
Might seem like I'm killing myself now, but just don't pay any attention.
The way in Christianity or other Abrahamic religions, what is the rank above acolyte?
Acolyte.
Alcohol.
Alkalite is not a thing.
Alkaline is.
Alkaline.
Are we going for alkaline? That's a metal.
Yes.
So, as we heard, you're promoted, and the rest of you, hi, how you doing over here? Would you like to play as well? Let's get to that, shall we? With everything said so far, you're making your way from breakfast as you're being taken by Pinocchio at this point and being shown your new mistress.
No.
You are going to be honored as suddenly the doors at breakfast open up. You are now subdeacon. Soon to be full deacon, top deacon as opposed to bottom deacon.
I was just gonna say Dom Deacon.
Don't
There you
let
go,
solitaire
thank you.
find
You
that.
are
50 experience,
awesome.
everybody. Thank you. Another 50 experience. That's 150 so far. You just put a 50 XP and a tally.
I definitely take
You're at
this
that
over
level now.
that.
That's all it's. It's 5 XP now. This is 0. Later on, it's 500 for a good fucking job. As we were.
Medicium.
You're a Medicium? I love it. All right, 50 more experience.
That was actually one of the options on that thing I showed you.
Same 50 experience then. Never mind. Same 50 experience. Actually, no, he Googled it himself. Give him 50 experience.
God damn.
How many 50s did we just get?
Never mind.
We're up to 200
Why don't you just
experience.
reroll
We just went up and down like 5 times.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, this looks cooler than Talus.
When everybody has different amounts, there's a reason. In any event, so as that goes, you get subdeaconism, or whatever. What was he called? Medicium. Medicium is.
Sounds a lot like mycelium. He's a mushroom. Get him.
Oh, man. Just looks like a little dick. This is your pin.
Are there? So this is a full church of.
It's not a full church. No, it's a fucking shrine.
The Bahamut one. Okay.
Sorry?
So I would say there's at least a handful of people there. Like, I'd
So,
like,
yeah,
I'd
I
like
should-
to,
I should say
I'd like
it
to
is,
find like a priest and 2 like acolytes or Padawans for him to go to fucking bitch family. Fuck.
The Aaron Garden.
Aaron Garden. And try to look for some.
Them, don't you know?
Try maybe not necessarily even within the city proper, but to set up
You're
a
like, you bitch.
place. Get moving on, spreading some word and collecting and getting people in.
Okay, I'm into that. So that's it.
Start a foundation. And I informed them of the Black Circle being friendly to us.
Okay, that's fine. You guys are making your way. This is first thing early kind of in the morning. But my point being,
Oh,
You guys
and
are-
she's already up with the dawn because that's what let that.
no, you're at breakfast right now. You're at breakfast right now. My point being, the door whams open, and different music. Sorry. In walks in Thing, that is to say Pinocchio, and he's just kind of trucking along, a bit of steam puffing out of his exhaust ports as he's adjusting his jaw again. He opens up actually his palm and oils the other side and smears it across, giving himself a big old black kind of tarnish across everything before he like mops it across and then puts them in his hair. As hair I say, but it's like more like fiber optic antenna. Anyway, point being,
Did
whole
he
bunch
just do blackface?
no. It was
We're
like,
calling him out.
he greased himself up. Listen here. Just because he's using 2-stroke oil, I can't call him up for color. It's what it is. Okay?
Me?
No, Pinocchio.
Because I'm black.
Keep up, damn it. We're in a whole other scene now.
This is a legitimate racist
Not
part.
anymore. But yeah,
This is the Mecha Nazi.
it's a moment after it's sitting in an elevator aside Pinocchio, who's giving you a rub around the nuts, I guess. I don't know. And as the door opens up, chink, in comes yourselves. That's the Pinocchio and Wilbur, who's rolling along, trucking and chugging. The both of you kind of steaming, I guess, as it were. As one of the attendants is running over, you notice, an incoming message. And your attendant receives it. They give the bow and bash heads, and she reads it out to you and says, "You have a gift from your father. This is Wilbur, a gift from Pinocchio. To commemorate this day, your promotion.
Oh.
I've been looking for you everywhere. I got
You
this
are
package
now-
for you.
You are now partially our daughter,
Subdeacon.
and will be considered partial daughter," it says, as the attendant is reading this out, and then kind of folds up the card. That's not full daughter, but you can still call yourself daughter. P.S. Luff, as the thing tries to read out, you. She shows it to you, and it's like L-U with a strange overhead squiggly F, and then U with the 2 dots.
Oh, the umlaut for the ooh sound.
Correct.
Yep.
In Irangardese, it means that I hope one day, if one of us dies, we can battery bag for the other.
I'm
So-
so touched.
That's it.
Oh, I made it. Finally, every
All I
month my
imagined
goal
was the
is to be-
Skyrim courier when you said he just appeared. I'm looking for you everywhere. Got this letter for you.
it is-
Your eyes only.
That's the Irangarden efficiency we go for around here, I think. You have neon lights and Irangarden efficiency. That's what
Hunting in the middle of the Skyrim wilderness. Hi, I've been looking for you. Okay.
So as you're situated there, the attendant returns back, and a little while later returns over and hands another note over that your attendant reads out to you and says, "We are having troubles, potentially, with the security of a recently tragically ruined entryway that we are notably responsible for guarding, and we simply can't be running off to solve every problem that sprouts up. That's why we want to count on you to take care of this." And so with this new unit that is freshly recruited in from the Astral Spaces, trusted for its relation to a family friend, we think you and your new friend Wilbur will be perfect for destroying that which threatens our kingdom, or bringing it to bear, whichever you can do. And then she folds it up. Loof. You? She looks up for a moment. She's still confused about it. The other attendant runs away. She asks, "Would you like to respond, miss?"
She'd probably just quibble off some kind of like
How
formal,
did you guys want to
but
get back?
What's that?
very
How do you guys want to get back to her? You guys gonna bring
Oh
you
God,
for a
what's the
while?
word I'm looking for?
Do we have our carpets?
Full of gratitude.
Yes. We have two.
Like whatever
two
he says,
small
right,
carpets.
it's just gonna be, you know, like
Used to be one big carpet,
formal,
2 small carpets.
but like very much overflowing with gratitude. Just like there's a certain
That's
kind of
you.
language that you have to use, but in as far as they understand that, it's just basically like beaming rainbows.
That's fair.
They got like stars for eyes. And it's like,
So in short, the response that you would like to deliver back, I mean, really word it how would you like that?
I don't know. I just like explain what.
Also,
I'm not very good at like
You don't want to
verbal words. I can write things, but I can't really put them on the fly.
so I can
go. That's fair. I know you gotta look.
Read
just
the
asking.
spell. Is there
Oh,
a distance?
oh yeah, no. Basically to thank him with profuse gratitude. I'm not
Unlimited.
going on formalities, but
That's the best
you can tell, like
distance.
as far as within that family understands, as they express, she is like barfing rainbows and like stars for eyes. Just
Oh.
beaming.
And they see that. I totally get that you're gonna see that. I want to say something to that. But my point is, if you were to put it in words, if you could put it into words for your attendant to run back there, and considering that this world is all gothic kind of family, you're not Wednesday, but I'm not expecting you to be wrong. My point
wanna
is,
use
like
the
Wednesday is a
spell on
character.
you.
Yeah.
I'm asking, like, what was your character right there?
Well, I would want it
If
to
you
be
imagine
eloquent.
it.
I personally am not eloquent.
That's right. I'm not asking for eloquence. Like the squee bit of it is hilarious, man. What would she write?
She would basically just.
Let's face it, your character's a
both
weird
thank-
fish out of water here and doing great.
Both
Right.
thank
Which way you gonna
thank him for the acknowledgement,
Depends
both
on the scenario.
as a partial daughter and for the work
A tiny
she's done for the
use.
family, and also it would be her greatest
So-
honor to accept this gift
I want
and,
you to roll performance on this. I want
and
you to roll performance.
continue to
You're telling your-
bring honor to the family.
You're telling your attendant, and their attendant is listening to this, while you roll performance on this. Unless you want to roll performance.
I can do persuasion.
Performance.
I
Hey?
can do persuasion.
You're going to do performance.
Persuasion's +5. 13.
13? That's right.
She's just gonna be falling over herself because no whelp has ever achieved
Your
it
attendant
before.
listens to you for a while, and then, thank you. And she hands over the note, and the other attendant's like, and runs off. And at the other end, and then tears it up and throws it in the goop and eats it. And then looks over towards Tycho, and Tycho and her banter about some more before Wilbur, as you're given a seat next to you, you look upon this Mechatron automaton thing and realize it's got a full face, beard, and is more than meets the eye.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Wilbur.
That was really good.
50 experience all around, if you could just like throw that down there. That's fucking amazing.
That was
As it
great.
were, you guys greet and meet, as it were, and you are now to be solving problems as they arise, as it were. One specific problem, of course, being this ruined entryway. And so it is that you've been told over breakfast. But the question is, did you want to respond to anything? Do you want to say anything before breakfast concludes? You've been given very, very generic instructions about a place to be dealt with. Problems, as it were, down below. Do you have any questions, or do you completely understand what they're after?
I would simply send another note asking to clarify this entranceway you speak of. Is it the spirit hold that you require me to fix? Or whatever.
The attendant passes this over. You watch your attendant run all the way down there. The attendant takes the message, reads it out to the mistress, Mirren, and then says something to the attendant, turns around, slaps your attendant. Your attendant runs back and takes her position standing next to you. Yes, she says after a moment.
Okay.
With that, you're offered any additional fluids or rechargements that you may require. At this point, you seem to be full. They check you for top-ups. You yourself checking yourself over. You seem well oiled all over. All things considered, you're
I
pretty...
hand my attendant a cold goblet for their cheek.
She takes it, pushes it for a moment. You hear a crack, and then she puts it down. Thank you. She like pushes it again, pushes her cheek back into position with it. In any event, from there, was there anything else that you wanted to declare with the breakfast?
No, these kinds of families, you have to be very careful with what you say.
Fair.
You ask. So I'm going to make very lovely chat with
Bother, I'm
Cooper
going to
here
be an
about
artist.
what they injured.
Running away. You're gonna try to make
blessings to you this morning.
You.
So you're making idle banter about what Lathander at this point?
Yeah.
Very good. Breakfast wraps out as the camera pans against the whole of the castle, and I guess, are you doing anything specific with the whole morning?
Well, I got breakfast with Solitaire, and so
Right,
kinda
so
just
you
chilling with
guys
him.
are making your way along the city streets here in Three Trees. As you're watching the city go by, not too much to speak of, except you do notice that there are posters and honestly a bit of a parade that you dare say you're seeing in the distance. That parade is noteworthy for the mushrooms that it's holding. Large mushroom caps, massive stalks, like large umbrellas that are parading around the streets in the distance. As people are seeming to protest, and you read one of the nearby parchments that says, mushrooms a threat? Can't be. Mushrooms good. Mushrooms no threat. Mushrooms great. And it shows like basically various drawings of mushrooms, and they're growing.
Flat earthers that don't believe that it's a problem.
And the mushrooms could possibly be a problem. Mushrooms are good for you.
Mushrooms
That's
for
Sounds
president.
like they got to them already. Insane
Great.
in membrane.
It's got what
That's right. And that's it. You watch the various protests are happening in favor of the mushroom, the new Mushroom King.
We have
That
a
is
mushroom
coming.
king.
You see protests, posters as well for, I would say, various forms and figures, interpretations of this Mushroom King. And you realize after a moment of looking these various posters over all around the city, as it's bubbling and roiling and boiling, people are walking by in all directions. You can see these fresh parchment posters almost all over the place, almost cultishly posted, as they all depict, like I say, various interpretations. Like you told a bunch of first graders, draw God.
Okay. Okay. That doesn't seem right.
You guys grab food. Food is delicious. Food is great.
Do you know how to make drum sounds with your mouth, Mr. Kenku?
I can make whatever sound you want, baby.
Can you keep a beat?
You ask for noise, alright? You'll get noise.
Noted.
That's totally
Otherwise, I
idea.
would make it obvious. I just got a big box full of money. I don't know if these guys saw that or not, but I will pay for breakfast and whatever.
That's fair. You do
Whatever you
so.
like, my friend.
You do so easily enough. It costs you all of 6 copper.
Do you chew it? And do you feel like Rick?
I look
Two
highly
birds up
insulted, and then I chew up my own food, spit it out, and then eat it again.
You're a big bird. You can barf up your own food.
Fucking right.
I like that someone else has the
where was
bigger
it?
ears.
At this point, you guys would have eaten, and as you're conducting yourself, chewing away, it's almost like a tension that builds and builds and builds until finally you're midway through it. It's just like bursts and you kind of let it go, I guess. But it's very prevalent all around. It's very obvious that there is a very very intense presence of this sort of protest and religious cultishness that believes Migma might be just the next level of nature. Welcome it. Allow it. Let it be.
These.
The mayor knows about Mickey, right?
The what now?
Like we've talked to the mayor since encountering the mushrooms, and like she knows. So the city.
Corollary.
itself
Yeah,
should be
you have
aware.
actually. That's not a fact.
So the city's aware that it's a threat, not a god. Like
You actually see guards milling about and regarding these folks, and you see them getting up in each other's faces too. At one point, you almost think a skirmish is about to break out, but it doesn't. Just sheerly, by whatever chance, it manages to ebb off a moment later as they go their separate ways. In the moment that you spent here watching this, though, like I say, you, sorry, did I give you guys the temporary hit points yet? No, I did not. I gave them, you guys, however, did all this also, have yourselves 7
temporary hit points.
temporary hit points apiece for your breakfasts, kegs, and whatnot.
I'm gonna, as I set out those 3 to head towards Iron Garden, I give them one. Of
That
the
was what you
shards.
were headed for, yeah. And you wanted to what
I
now?
wanted to give them one of these shards of true sight to help them with their mission.
They looked upon it. Oh, I meant to mention this. Earlier on, there was the whole question of whether Fella was an illusionary or whether it was this or that. You had the thing the whole time. You would have given it a scan about, and I guess given the reassurance as well. This would have been just like a pass by as I thought about it. And the aftermath. Because he's curious, am I like talking to Sigma, am I talking to illusion, is being already real, that sort of thing. And so, with
Last
you and
night?
having, yeah, last night.
Yeah.
And you having one of these right there, doing the thing, would have been able to discern that. So, that would have been available as well. But, gapped on. Point being.
The last hour of Tuesday, I was so stoned I was kind of on this.
No, that's fair.
So,
Alright.
that's why I'm drinking.
Where are we going here now? Is
Drinking now.
we've got you guys have eaten and such, and at this point have seen what you've seen on the streets of Three Trees. Question is, do you all have anything specific you want to do in Three Trees or your garden city-wise?
Technically, I do.
Of course, yeah,
One
no,
last
it's
stop.
yeah, sure.
And it just slipped my brain. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Oh,
I was
no, I
waiting,
hate
I was
that.
waiting my turn. I just
Fuck.
forgot the name of the guy. That was the weaponry guy. So it's an L, I think.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just said it. It was on
the jeweler.
Liam.
Where
Yeah.
we went with the dragon scale?
Yeah, no, I gotta go talk to him about getting.
That dragon scale armor.
Yeah.
What was it?
So. Yeah, that's where I gotta go. But I can also, I have the spell sending, so I can just basically call you all, and just be like, meet me here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I've left the church and I'm wandering the streets, kind of looking for my friends again.
Oh, sir. You make your way into the streets of Three Trees, looking about. You easily happen upon the Shorma truck. And when I say truck, it's actually just a covered wagon of sorts. It's got a bit of an engine on the front. You see it's got a strange stamp on it as you notice the chrome block that makes a light chuffing noise and just sits there idling as it's slowly rolling along, pulling the whole of this cart. And you can see an old gnome situated upon it. He's like folding this stuff together and handing out bits of, like you say, Sharma, that are all like folded together meat and whatnot, right? Rice and such. Point being, as this is all happening, this thing's rolling along. These guys are kind of walking along with the whole of the city din, talking. You just happen upon it in the middle of traffic. A moment later, you would see like the same sort of thing. I don't know if you would even talk about it or tell about it or what.
About the mushroom ordeal?
Yeah, just kind of pointing it out and such and so forth.
Yeah, I probably actually would.
No.
But that said, you're heading upon Liam, as it were. And so, as you investigate, if you would throw me an investigation there, Jordan, for Scarsman.
Sorry, you.
And then we're gonna investigate upon the city and find ourselves the street side vendor known as. That's fair. You find it difficult to navigate the various streets and take longer than expected, but eventually find his shop. What you find at the front entryway is a replete sort of how can I put it? It's like a lemonade stand retail shop where he just like lifts up the front and then it's got a covering and he has his counter space and whatnot. And he's got a bit of retail stuff inside, and most of it's just situated out front. And as you come towards, you see that he's got just a whole bunch of like cheap junk jewelry and shells and seashells and stuff like that hanging around the place. And you can see that he's got some nice looking scale stuff hanging inside the place. He himself is a diminutive figure for the most part. He's a squat, sort of drover looking humanoid who's more or less walking around on all fours for the most part. He's still dressed in kind of a regal fashion to, address that he's a jeweler, you might say, a fellow with good inflow, respectable and all that. And you can see that when he's not running about addressing people's needs, he's actually putting together various sorts of jewelry with his feet and two hands and quickly putting together, weaving this stuff up. That said, as you come towards, he regards you and with a slithery sort of accent, what are you looking after?
Well, I need basically the best thing you got. The best of the best. I'm here to spend money.
He looks around for a moment and he says, and before you know it, you're being shown a replete repertoire of magical armors that are made for various sorts of goblinoid folk, frog folk, fish folk, that sort of thing. So you can basically have any sort of armor that you're after. Let's say like up to scale mail if you're so inclined.
What do I have here? I have.
You're a rogue, sir. So what do we need for you?
I'm a bard and rogue.
So as a matter of fact, he has a +2 studded leather there.
Okay.
The equivalent of.
Okay, because right now I have an armor fire resistance, so the +2 would be better than that.
Depends actually. Now, what this stuff will also give you is water breathing.
Water breathing.
So that's a standard Farsees magical implementer. Actually, we'll make it water breathing and water walking. So +2 studded leather, water breathing, water walking.
Okay. With a trade for my armor fire resistance, well, how much do I owe you?
The guy regards you for a moment and says, because you're a member of the Black Circle, you can roll persuasion actually.
Yeah.
See what your rep gives you here.
You're trading me on fire resistance?
You have advantage.
16.
Terrific. He regards you and says that'll be, we'll make it 1,000 gold.
Okay, I can do that.
100 platinum even.
Yeah. I can do that.
With your trading,
Yep.
of course. With that said,
Move.
so to
Did he just trade that armor fire resistance?
seems like yes.
That's going to be funny. That's going to be an interaction.
Why?
So that's the armor I infused, right?
Oh yeah.
So my infusions, if I infuse another item, that one will go away.
Oh well.
That's I think you guys got
That's
a
a-
new little racket.
That's a good racket. Yeah.
That's not. Hey, I don't care.
That's what I was like. Wait a minute.
Watch he gets the armor and suddenly it was infused. So,
Okay.
you guys have banded together in the streets, found one another, become aware of this protest and such. You, of course, are as aware as seeing all the various protests and posters and such that are occurring all over the city.
Is it +2 chainmail?
It is +2 studded leather, which is water breathing and water walking. That all said, gentlemen, as you make your way back out into the streets, are you going to join back up with your coterie? Your group reassembles.
Dials us all up.
Question B now. Where do you go? With the two of you in Aaron Garden with a new mission at hand, and the lot of you inspired on some level towards riches, towards discoveries, towards destiny, towards objectives untold, but intended and fate-born, dare one think. Safe to say, you all have a route of destination, I would think, but where it go, I dare not say. You tell me.
That was a very creative way of saying we're gonna make some shit up.
No, but it is a creative way of saying Erringard's kind of destiny for you guys at this point.
I want to find the library and archive.
Nope, fighting my destiny.
Find whatever
Starting
information
shoot
we
shot.
have on the spirit hold.
That's where I wanted to go too.
Excellent. The two of you can work together and research your little hearts out and see what you come up with as your expertise take hold. The archives are but your playground, and with her access, suddenly the world is your oysters. You mill your way through them. Roll me investigations if you could. You guys can. Meanwhile, you guys are in the middle of 3 trees. What do you do?
I don't know what Solitaire outwardly say it, but he wants to reconnect with Alessandra so that he can kind of get that in again to relay information
Okay.
to Leonardo.
I mean, you guys have your sending stones. You can get in touch with the portal chamber anytime.
That's what I would like to do.
At the end of the last session, in that whatever, what did we find out that we didn't want Alessandra to know? I forget.
That we're gonna spy on the Air Gardens.
Okay, just making sure.
You're double
Because I was so baked, and then also I didn't realize I was with everybody, so I wasn't paying full
That's
attention.
me half the time,
Because
girl.
I was like, oh, I'm not there. I shouldn't even know this, so it doesn't matter if I don't listen as much.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, you're all there. I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
Everyone
I
will
write
be-
down notes
Yeah,
that don't
I
even
know
relate
this
to me at
Because I
all.
was like,
Notes is good.
I thought him
You
and I
right
were
now.
just waiting to
Maybe
go.
games.
These guys.
Yeah.
As we were.
Okay, so good.
So,
17.
17 for that
That's how it is.
investigation and 11. The two of you working together managed to find easily enough parchmentures that depict and describe the spirit hold. There's effectively a sort of coffin-like realm that has been built down deep underground. And while it is down deep underground, it leads into a pocket dimension of sorts. This is what you find in your initial drafts and researches. You guys can continue on at advantage.
You guys are going down?
We're digging deep. We're going down the dirt hole.
Doing a deep dive on flat earthers. Did you know that the whole like
14.
ram with pictures of
With a
Earth are
14,
actually just an optical illusion?
Yeah, man. You've never seen the Great Ice Walls?
I heard about them. Yeah.
13.
For a long time, I thought they were talking about ice balls.
Okay, so you guys learn of maps that are archived in this place, and possibly that there is keys involved that are in fact archived within these hallowed halls.
The map of 1513 will show Antarctica's landmass.
The chaplain of the library starts to take an interest in what you're doing, but as you will.
So I was gonna ask if I could roll history to see if I could remember any strange architectural anomalies I might have seen by looking over the blueprints at one point or another, or even while I'm doing this. I don't know if there's maybe like a
Okay,
hidden
let me do
little
it. You can throw investigation on that.
I'll go distract the library.
Could I roll history for that?
Sorry?
Could I roll history for that?
Oh, yes, yeah. And do you want to distract Buddy?
I'll go distract the library clerk.
That's fair.
I mean, you could help
Excuse
us.
me.
Throw me,
Have you
actually,
seen the engineering legends of so and so?
that's fair. Throw me
Or
persuasion on
something.
this. Hey? Terrific. You easily digging through the blueprints managed to find references to when there was original construction of the pathways leading down deep into, and how they, when they fell apart, were replaced by more robust passageways. And would you roll?
I rolled a 20.
Terrific stuff.
Nice.
With that said, you your powers combined, you actually managed to learn a little bit about yourself, and managed to discover that one of your cogs, or a couple of your cogs, are in fact the wrong size according to spec by the original manufacturer of these particular parts. Who knew? But those parents of yours, right? They were getting what they could from wherever.
You're solidly put together.
He had replacement parts. He had surgery. It was just a childhood. But the point is you could have them replaced again down in town and probably gain 5 movement out of everything. Yeah, it's true. In fact, as you look down the list here, there are quite a few different modifications you can make to yourself. You can gain armor at the expensive speed, that sort of thing. In any event, as you look at the book, the fellow says, just keep it with you. You take the book. You now have a book of sort of like mods and recipes, but it's hang on, getting low the auto-gnome way,
Getting low, the auto gnome one.
or with the auto-gnome.
Can I
Yes.
roll
Get low.
persuasion
Auto.
on the Chamberlain to convince them to bring me all of our most intense...
There's an auto-gnome who's like, boy, sorry, I'm listening.
Sorry. I was asking if I could roll persuasion to convince the library keeper here to allow me access to all of our texts regarding the spirit hold, all of them,
Roll me persuasion
because I
or intimidation. I mean, you are a partial daughter now.
I wanted some boots while I was there.
Well, I mean,
too.
they're both the same.
What kind of boots?
17.
That's one item I don't have. Sorry, go ahead.
Same.
Or actually, I wouldn't.
You can grab some what, leather boots? Just normal leather boots, or what sort of boots?
I don't know.
Because you have water walking.
Yeah, I got money to spend, so.
Oh, that's fair. You know what? The guy does have some boots that he says these will let you walk on ceilings and walls. Boots of spider climb. Yeah. As you were.
17, 18, I use my guidance. Just a little gold spritz behind the eyes, like, ah.
Fair enough. Sorry, I captured. What does this roll for again?
I'm convincing the library keeper to allow me greater access to more
He
tomes.
simply blinks at you a couple times over, and then he said, "Yes, of course. We have received word that you have been upgraded. Congratulations. And right this way." As you see him take out from his robes this massive jangle of keys, and he's chink, 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 and he takes a massive, thick one out, those classic ones, 2 teeth on it and such. Chunk. And then he takes another one, cha-chunk, into a keyhole above it, and these tall 3-story doors at the end of a long hallway present themselves with the dimly lit torches on either sides. As he puts the 2 keys in, and he ka-chunk, ka-chunk, pulls them both down, and nothing happens until he walks over to the one side, and he pulls a lever as you realize there's another lever on the other side, and an attendant walks over towards it as the both of them pull the levers down one after the next, as the doors a moment later pull open, spreading apart the steel doors to reveal as it several statues bursting with flames gassed in from piped natural gas somewhere, piped methane, that's what it's going for, akin to what Kropus used to do once upon a time. You see, in fact, hanging in one side a large rose as a chandelier, just kind of hanging there, and you realize it's more of a trophy. As you look over it, you see a large set of skulls, several crocodiles in sequence, and finally see a tapestry with a crested O upon it. And over there, a sort of lock emblazoned in a silver plaque as it situates itself in the ceiling and stares down at a seating and study area. In any event, the archives are open to you. That said, as you revealed this, you can throw me investigation to investigate upon this place. What is it that you're after, though?
I'm looking for all relevant information to the Spirit Hold, including things that I might not have been privy
Yeah,
to
that is-
before. That's gonna be 17. So.
14. Okay.
So, like, I'm looking for any relevant, like, folk history, folklore, anything in our own lore about it. Magical mathematics around it, I guess. Like, so.
Any what now?
So the science around it.
Okay. The two of you working together. Did you roll?
Yeah, 17.
17, thank you. 17 and 14. The two of you together managed to dig out.
Also, how to open it, how to close it, and maybe how to destroy it. Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah.
In short, there is a pathway structure that still exists. There's a pool that you entered upon, and allegedly those of the correct faith can easily pass into the Spirit Hold without issue. But there are scant few that can do it and survive the process. None of the Erengard have been able to do it. The only ones who can enter are the Civ. That said, the Spirit Hold has been held for countless centuries as a place of much evil source. But the Spirit Hold itself does not lead anything out. It does not spawn this stuff. It just seems to be the nexus after a fashion. The entryway to this, a pool that is watched over by the pantheon of the spirit of the swamp spirits, is guarded to this day, situated some depth away down underneath the soil. And there's this clear path that's emblazoned in both the blueprints and several other documents, as well as you can see the ruined paths that have died out over time. The bottom line is that you have an easy enough path to get there, but once there, you can't go anywhere.
What happens if you do not have a spirit?
Sorry, how do you mean?
The Spirit Hold.
The Spirit Hold has
no one
never
can
entered, but to enter, the only ones that can enter the Spirit Hold are the Civ. They're the only ones that have been able to enter it and come back. Everyone else who enters it, none of them come back.
Right, so if you didn't have a spirit,
Have they tried
Oh.
automatons?
Gone, yeah, automatons, totally. You throw a rock and it's not going to come out. They try to throw a string in there, it's cut off, it's gone. You're just you put yourself into it, you get sucked in. Yeah. You don't fuck around. The spirit, fuck around and
There's
find
no
out. They
writings
actually have a
about-
sign there that says fuck around and find out.
There's no writings about how to permanently seal it off or even destroy the entrance, like to the mouth to this place.
No, you can't, because it's just tearing away at the antimatter sort of edging of it. That's another thing about this. It's kind of a crater into another dimension after a fashion. It's kind of just guarded the way it is. It's not like a portable hole either. It's just there, like a vein of antimatter, extra dimensional
bag of holding.
vortex.
That's what we need.
Yeah, literally, you know what? This is the open entryway to a bag of holding that leads.
What would happen if we threw a bag of holding in there?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent question, actually. The bag of holding is destroyed, or no, it would get, it would get destroyed. The entry would be fine. It would become part of the maelstrom. Maybe the maelstrom would get bigger.
It wouldn't blow up like Ghostbusters.
No, it wouldn't be like that, yeah.
Okay, but what if
And
we
there would
put
be
many-
more like just a big Twinkie, and there would still be the vein of shittiness.
Is the Ghostbusters trap kind of like a bag of holding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever tried putting that blue explosive stuff into it?
I just work here, miss.
Like, are there any texts
Who are you asking?
about that?
Sorry. Oh, yeah, no, excellent question. Throw me an investigation on this.
Maybe magical explosives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys can choose to take help instead and give one or the other advantage.
True.
19.
Was this investigation?
Yes.
16.
Terrific. 19 and 16. Terrific rolls. As a matter of fact, as you head into the Crescent O section, after all the regions, this is like a montage of you guys doing whatever you might be doing.
Going full Gandalf.
As you're, quite literally doing the full Gandalf. And eventually it shows you guys silhouetted against the Crescent O hanging overhead. And you discover that once upon, there was an experiment by one. It was about.
The Ozarks?
Colomo, I guess. We go to Colomo Osrin.
That was a C or a K.
That's with a C. As Kolomo, he did just that. He blended a bunch of the blue stuff in. As anybody would expect, it turned blue and effervescent. And there was a bit of an eruption after a while that caused a bunch of nature to kind of sprout out and expand upon the area. That stuff wilted away sometime later. He was unharmed, even seemed to have been rejuvenated a few years. But he would go on to develop some sort of sickness. And they say that when he passed away, that his body would disappear, actually, in nature pretty quick. It just vanished. The whole of his grave seems to have just been erased as it was taken over by a tree and bushes and whatnot like that.
Consumed by the swamp.
Just consumed by the swamp in no time. With that, you find that little nugget in there.
Perhaps because it was a type of desecration.
As you consider and cogitate, a lot of you are still in Three Trees, or are you radioing back, or what are you doing?
We're making our way back.
Yeah.
Anything to stick around for?
I'm done my business now. I just need to know how much to pay.
Oh, sorry, yeah. This guy's gonna charge you another 1,000 to say that. No, this is 750.
Would I be able to go to the Artificers Guild and do some work on my...
That's you can't persuade anything. He's like that's your guys' cost deal.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Say?
And do some work on those like spider arms hiding that I was trying to make.
Oh yeah. You can conclude that for sure. We're not up there. I got mine here. That was holy shit. Damn it, I looked at it like 3 times. Yeah, you can totally go see that guy. It has been shit. It hasn't actually been that long, has it?
Probably not even a week. Can you get him?
You should check on all those Skynet while you're there.
What was that doing?
Yeah.
How far did you get into it? I don't have your plans. I don't know what I'm looking at.
I'd go with
building
Terminator
Skynet, or you building
Sorry?
I'd stick with Nestea and go with them.
Okay, that sounds fine. You guys hit the Guild of Precision here at Three Trees. It's a robust organization. You meet with the head guy, like you did before. That fellow, he's going to regard you.
The head guy.
I'm trying to fucking find his name.
Vestra or whatever.
Oh, right. Actually, you talked to. Sorry, I'm trying to dig up their note here. But yeah.
This is your Artificers Guild?
Yeah.
There's Valerius Vespara, yeah. Tiefling mage, sure. Comes in towards you. She's got her same red robes and silver mask sitting on her forehead. As you come into the chamber, the laboratory is expansive all around as it was before. Marble columns and the whole thing. But entering it upon, there's a little bit of a montage as you come in, and they kind of just fit you with these prototype arms. And by prototype, I mean they've got like the first kind of harness, and they're sizing you up for it. They clasp it together, and it seems to fit in just fine. As you start to kind of move around, you get them to first off wobble, and the balance is good. The one guy kneels down and he gives you a hand on the shoulder, and he's like warning you of something. And as the other nurse steps in, and when I say nurse, I mean like a large orc fellow kind of holds you down as you feel a sudden stab in your back on one side, then the other. Shunk, shunk. And then a moment later, down low, shunk, shunk.
You got shanked.
As your bag, as your backpack unit stabs into you, 4 quick needles that you feel suddenly harmonizing with your nervous system. And as you suddenly roll me a Constitution save of 16 or better.
Oh, Jesus.
Actually, we'll make it 15 or better. You saw this coming.
I'll take it. That is a 22.
That'll do.
No thing.
As your vision goes woozy for a moment, you manage to edge runner your way out of this. As you're like, I'm built different! And from there,
Whatever, tunes.
your Spider Viston, as it were, suddenly comes online. And you gain a +2 initiative bonus as well as 4 attacks that each give you a 1d4 piercing damage plus your strength or dexterity actually.
So
Upgrade.
Huge upgrade.
No more hiding for you.
Solitaire was gonna keep an eye out for an interesting trinket here, but he's kind of horrified by that scene. His bird mutates into.
Meanwhile, there's a claw on the wall. Woo! You guys aren't even in there yet, aren't you?
No, we're in 3 trees.
Still doing this shit. People in the street are like, ah! Running off. No, I'm kidding. You guys are in the Guild of Artificers, but still, I think there would be a couple acolytes who are like, feeding away.
Are they
sorry?
selling
I
items?
just look mildly impressed.
Yeah, of course. At this point, especially. Sorry.
Are they selling items here?
They've got a couple little doodads and whatnot.
Like,
If you have coin, Kachita's wears.
If I'm Black Talon, can I still get my doodads?
Yes. Like how so?
Dads, Black Talon.
Well, no, you are. Well, did you want to be the Black Scale or the Black Talon? I was giving you the option.
Black what or what?
Black Scale or Black Talon?
Scale, like dragon scale or snake scale? Which one? It's the name, right?
Take it whichever way you want, man.
like
I just worked here.
be talent, be safe.
So
Snakes
right now-
don't have talents.
Right now I'm Draxus Lightbringer, so you want to change my last name?
No, I'm giving you
This
the
is my
title
title.
that you just referred to yourself as yourself. What do you want, bud?
Okay.
You just said yourself you're the Black Talon. I said you have the option, by the way. Do you want to be Black Talon or Black Scale? I think you made your choice already, but I want to be sure.
Give me a moment to think.
Alright, this way.
Super fun.
Point being, though, you are coming upon doing the thing. You said, I'm this guy and I'm doing, what are you doing? I gapped on that here. Okay.
I was
Where are we-
impressed with his.
Oh, you're impressed with the thing, yeah. But you also asked if he's selling stuff. So,
Yeah.
there's a couple doodads, and you asked if you can get your doodads. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
just making fun of the word dads because you're not black.
Oh, okay. Yes, you can get all sorts of things, as I said. The question is, what would you consider? What is it that you have?
I haven't researched enough to name something specifically. He just likes little trinkets and magical.
You see all sorts of things that are kicking around this place. I mean, there's like little birds and other critters that are autonomically designed. You can see little spiders crawling across. You're not sure if they're real or if they're clockwork themselves. As you're situated outside, they've got all sorts of like animatronic sorts of creatures, birds, and like tall beasts and large beasts. All manner of fauna that's situated around. You can basically the whole place is just constantly a sound of grinding metal and gears. But that said, your business here is not necessarily concluded. They say
There's always
that
room for upgrades.
they say that there are imperfections, but for the time being, a field test is in order.
Oh, but yeah.
As you turn around and then arm woof comes like narrowly close to one of you, and then he turns around again and another arm comes narrowly close.
Watch
The
it, man.
fellow says, "Focus on curling up." He
Oh,
says.
I am. I'm trying to do this.
As you do this, you slowly come to the conclusion that the arms you watch as they retract together. Over a quick little montage of you through an external window, we watch as you guys are watching him slowly get used to all these sorts of arms overhead. Before you know it, I guess Solitaire, maybe you come in with like a pumpkin or something, or like a little urn, toss it towards him, and you like stab it out of the air.
I'm a Jedi.
Next thing you know. But that said, that happens, and anything else? What do you guys do?
Shall we make our way back to Ringo?
Like I said, I'm anxious to reunite with Alessandra and get some dirt, start getting some dirt, continue to get paid.
Okay, cool. With that, you make a call, or are you taking on carpet, or how are you getting back to it? That's the real question.
Well, how did we get here? Didn't we just zap here?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
through this
got
thing.
Yeah.
But that's only one way.
Oh, it's only one way.
No,
to his
No,
house.
we can radio, and then he can call us.
Yeah. I just want to connect with everybody who's in 3 trees, and then when I have sending, and then we can radio.
You don't get my question. No.
I'm not adverse
that.
to taking a stroll, walk.
Or I can just
So,
go cause a lot of ruckus in the middle of the street, and they'll find me.
Ooh, that's true too.
I said if I want you guys to find me, maybe I'll go cause some ruckus in the streets.
Start making some noise.
You'll find me.
Yeah.
I would say that it doesn't take much, really. What with that walking Sherman truck, and as the time's ebbing and you guys are milling about the city, doing as you might be doing, kids out the Guild of Artificers and making your way back. As you say, the Guild of Precision.
Do I smell them first or hear those drums?
Excellent question, actually. And I would say that you easily hear the drums amidst all the din of the place, despite whatever noise and cacophony, in fact, at times there is in the Three Trees. You would still pick out those distinct drums, given you've heard them so many times in battle. That all said, it is not long before the lot of you make your ways upon each other, easily coalescing paths, and before long, find yourselves, I'm assuming, calling for a portal.
Sure.
Or are you
If
flying? Sorry,
possible.
I missed the ultimate objective there. Are you
See
taking?
you again, little.
You can take transit to Erin Garden very easily from
Yep.
here. Yeah,
There's public transit.
there is transit to Erin Garden. It'll cost a pittance in itself.
I can piss for it.
Yeah. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, let's head over.
You head towards the transport, as it were, and arriving upon the familiar platforms outside of the swamp of Three Trees. The sprawl of Three Trees. Or amidst the sprawl of Three Trees. It's kind of just like up overhead. If you recall, the city is kind of sprawled out underneath this this landing and docking area. All these warehouses and whatnot. Maybe like 3 stories themselves in this landing platform and port area where you watch as various flying carpets of massive size, various large form wyverns pulling large carriages are landing down on this thing from various areas around Farseas.
Are the patrols or whatever they were that were flying around still?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Everything's in full swing in the city without fail there. And as you guys come in upon, you note there are quite a few different transport caravans that are making their way around, be they on ground or air. You can make your way over towards Erin Garden by only a limited number, though. It looks like there are 2 available services, one of which you recognize the name Tashum. Drago. The Drago caravan.
I don't think this guy doesn't have to shoot, does he?
No,
we
this
met
guy
him.
might.
We met him on he gave us a ride to Erin Garden the first time for 2 trees after we defeated the Dragon Head.
Shoot,
Oh.
Lila was there. I don't know if Draxus was. Really? Nice.
Yeah, Draxus came along with
I'll take it.
Spire with hatching the
Perfect. With that said, my friends,
I'll pay any fee for transit for the party. Feeling generous today.
bit of you. If I remember correctly, things went relatively well with the last encounter with the Drago family, and before long, you find yourselves aboard this large caravan of various carpets and buildings upon as you're flying out towards your destination, leaving the city of Three Trees long behind and coming in upon your destination within hours mere. That said,
While in transit, I take a look through my book to see what kind of spells and such are in there.
so if you recall what I said, it's modeled like a spellbook-ish sort of focus, but it's actually what it is. It's a silvered sleeve. It's a box with several silver tablets inside that have upon them scriptures of Bahamut.
What kind of scriptures?
They're very choice passages, in fact, that speak of the one time that Bahamut found several chromatic dragons that had seemingly destroyed several cities, but in fact had not. It was a mere cataclysm nearby, a volcano that had unfortunately burst, and their home had been destroyed as a result. Did he find mercy in this? No, but he found value in them, for they themselves had provided shelter to others, because those others had provided them food and shelter in return. And so Bahamut left them to see that there was a union that would not have occurred otherwise amidst a strange
Unionized.
symbiotic relation
I bet you can pawn that.
between fellows otherwise
We're gonna
enemies.
take that.
It goes on to to relate a couple other stories of various sorts of circumstances as such that Bahamut has encountered and left to themselves, seen as valuable to remain, noted as such. In this, where is it going here? In this, you can use this thing as, like I said, focus. As you read through them, you hear and feel a sort of vibration throughout you, and hear, like I say, a sort of the sort of thump of a drum, or several drums and several croaks and voices in the distance as you're looking them over. And you notice at the edges of these silvered plaques that there is in fact a trim, an odd scaly trim that follows all the way around.
Around the permanent box.
And finally, in one corner, you locate the snake's head eating its own tail.
Around one of the tablets?
Around all the tablets.
Snake eating its own head.
And as you flip over the tablet, looking upon the surface of the back of the tablet, you notice several engravings, several quite deep and maybe disturbing engravings, depicting various violent scenes across the far seas.
Any in particular?
Nothing that you can see unless you throw me a history check for 17 or better as you stare upon them. And Draxus isn't sure what he's making as his reflection appears amidst the relief carvings.
It is not 17, it is only 12.
As you look upon them, you feel an emotion. You're not sure what it is at first, but as it wells forth, what is it, Draxus, that you look upon and feel as you see these terrible scenes of what look to be peoples of the swamp being put down, cut down like wheat by things, spirits, monsters?
Deities of the swamps?
No, but something worse, something devilish, something unholy coming, seeping out from down below. Basically, the whole depiction that you see shows the whole of the swamps in various forms, various villages, various like fields, various peoples, fish peoples, frog peoples, lizard peoples, and various kind of just like areas. It all blends together kind of in an abstract form. The point being is every scene that you're seeing, they're being somewhat consumed or cut down by strange amorphous forms that are seeping out of the ground.
Amorphous, like blobbies?
Yes.
Kind of like this, the oil?
Yeah, 100%. And then they take the form of like scythes, kind of blades, kind of hands tearing them apart.
Like the blob is like the primary of the evil and it can take many forms.
Correct.
Okay.
And so you make out that the blob is, of course, coming from the center of all these various portraitures, and all these limbs are coming out like spiders crawling across all of these various scenes. And that is your focus, sir. With that said, as you regard upon it, like I said, this is worth, you can see in the corner, comes from chapters 2500 gold. It's a nice unit, all in all. And you guys, situated aboard the carpet, find yourselves coming upon the main ports at first, and then diverting slightly as you come upon the undercarriage of Irngarten proper. Landing amidst the ports that are situated in the bows, at the front, and down below in the substructure of. The camera pans against yourselves as you've concluded your researches at this point and have a route to head. During the way, you actually would have discovered about your keys, too, as a matter of fact. I meant to deliver that amidst your various roles. Or no, you didn't actually search that. Yeah. Do you want to...
Keys?
I mentioned those early on. Do you guys recall?
Vaguely,
There
but
are
there's been a
maps.
lot of information.
Yeah, there are maps and there are keys.
Do we know where doors the keys are for?
You've definitely seen... no.
Is there anything on the map?
No, I thought about that too.
Are the keys labeled?
It just said there's keys. It didn't say like the keys to anything, but during your research you found that there are keys. It says that you will be needing in your journey.
To get to
Who's
Okay, so
Whoever's
there's a
journey.
reference to some kind of key that we know.
Indeedy.
No
Mila.
description of them?
No, as a matter of fact. It doesn't actually bear any description nor diagram of. It simply says there's a key to the path ahead. Note that there is a key to the path of the head.
So it
no,
might not even be a physical
key to the path ahead. Yeah. You haven't seen any other reference to that key since.
Metaphorical key.
Perhaps. I would say Alessandra kind of just lets it go that way. You think to yourself about how Pinocchio would adjust his jaw at this point.
Kind of.
With that all said, you guys arrive as the mess you are in Erin Garden proper.
I give everybody bardic inspirations first.
The local swamp time is 9 p.m. Thank you for arriving safe and sound in Erin Garden. Do, do, do. As you guys all disembark. Oh, hello. You know what? I'm just gonna come over there and do it. Oh Lord. Excuse me. Gonna be new here. Here. Here.
That's your gnome?
No, this is the gnome dude here. Oh, goodbye.
That's his defender that he built.
Oh, they're all meeting me in the archive.
Gnome's
Oh, they're meeting in the archive.
Is that Sigma?
No, it isn't. As you see hovering ahead, a odd-looking figure with a book floating in front of him. You can hear his chants as he is calling out in a sort of whisper. If I were to say, he'd be like, he's just like floating up and down. There's a bunch of wisps all around him, a bit of fog, glowing green, as it were. You can see several runes floating around him as he's situated as such, presenting whatever chant it is. And looking at the various runes that are floating around, they seem familiar enough, as you've seen similar ones as you look over towards the tapestries that are billowing in the wind down here. And you realize he's one of the various priests of the Erin Garden Order, one of their special magi. What he's doing down here, you're not sure, as you see this guy appear into view, and he looks over towards you. As a moment later, this one arrives as well. They don't seem interested in you specifically, as they're watching towards Tashun's caravan, as Tashun is offloading whatever cargoes. We'll put, actually, yeah. First off, various cargoes, like I said. Scenery's worth it, damn it. You guys come aboard. I'm assuming keep moving. Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. And Tashun's offloading his cargo as they'll move in to watch. You will be shortly. As you guys are watching various blue discs flying overhead with robed figures wielding unwieldy looking hypodermic needles, plunger, finger loops, the whole bit. Very stylish, actually. These guys go over here. You. Maybe me. Watches there do the thing. Sorry. Bit of confusion. You are situated on the far side here, coming ka-dunk, as the transport elevator opens up with you yonder. Oh, hi, how are you? You shouldn't be there. You should be over here because I'm not in yet. You want to pass me the little gnome, dude? No. Thank you. You arrive over here. Right on. Right on. As you guys have arrived upon and see this place sprawled out, as familiar as it isn't every time that you arrive, you, of course, see what I described earlier. As you disembark and make your way over towards the transport bridge heading over to the city proper and beyond, you come forth upon the undercarriage platform here from your disc landing actually right about here.
actually.
This being ever so conveniently the first entryway to the tunnels that lead, of course, to the Spirit Hold entryway that you know of.
Down there.
Somewhere down there.
There's a cave.
But you also know that you can't enter upon the Spirit Realm. This place is closed to you and most anybody else.
Perhaps we have like the spirit realm that's for us.
We need to find some
Now,
stuff.
it's only if you go into the water yourself,
They
right?
do it.
Hey?
It's only if you go
Shaken
into the
down.
water, right?
Yes. That said,
So I can still go down and look at it and stare
All
at
day.
it
You
until
take
I
photos,
come
paint it
into
if you like,
like
that's
have an aneurysm.
100%.
We've been there before.
Yeah?
We've been there before. Yeah. Spirit realm? Yeah.
On the outside of it.
No, the spirit hold.
Spirit Hold. Remember
Same
they
here,
did, there we came in that one space, there was the catwalk that was across, and there was that pool below.
Oh yeah.
That's where we were going.
Yeah.
That was in the basement.
With the cannons.
Oh, okay.
Only did some of his finest cannon work down there.
I think you're thinking of the outpost.
Really? Oh.
I don't know where.
You're talking about like when you
That
blow
was
a hole through
before the
wall?
whole cataclysm thing, yes?
Yeah. You went down there?
We still need to go back to get around there.
Is that where we threw the Hydra in the water?
No, that was a different space.
Yeah.
I
that
know it was in like a river thing. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sluice place. Yonder, coming across the transport bridge as you are, yeah? Various discs flying overhead. You guys can see the Ehrengarten Alessandra upon the platform up ahead with what seems to be an assistant.
And that's my little
Assisting.
buddy and point her out.
Yeah.
Say, let's make our way over.
Let's go find her.
You watch as she's headed towards a rather secure-looking door yonder. And as you guys close the distance towards, you guys are on the bridge there. You guys want to situate yourselves, please?
These guys. These guys are picking
Too
up
far to hear you,
boxes
though.
and to ship it. Is that correct?
Oh, okay. Draxus. Good morrow to you. Well, wait, no, it'd be nicer.
So we're going across
I
this
can
bridge.
hear. I can. So with the telepathic talk, I forget.
Yeah.
Can I say it back to you, or
Is
can
this
you only plunk thoughts?
Bridge
into mine?
like
Wait, no.
trustworthy
I'm
and everything?
wearing
Like it's-
a ring of
I guess
mind
the
shield
city's
in my
kind of
hand.
destroyed right now, so it might not be.
No,
might
this
be
one
okay.
seems in good order. I should actually
You
start.
try to just-
Let me do this.
It's a wall.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't find how much population.
And I decided to exercise that annoying gesture out of the ring, so if I die, my soul goes into it.
Literally cannot find.
Which is a little ironic
I
considering
can
I'm
just
the only
send
one who
messages
has
to-
a
Oh, there you
I can't receive. I can only send. I think.
Hmm?
I can only send. I can send
Okay.
telepathic message.
You can't receive.
I don't need to share a language, but the creature must have.
There are peoples.
The creature has to be able to speak
Nick-
and it'll
Right.
understand.
There's no railings. There's none. It's just like Star Wars
What
now.
other ring you feel?
They're just like, oh, excuse me. Ah!
No, you meant. Ah!
Yeah.
It's like the Holy Grail.
Jesus.
No, it's the Ehrengarten dance.
Yeah,
You
that's
grab
how-
them by
that's-
the waist and you just,
50 experience everywhere.
side step with
Sure.
each other.
As people are milling, doing the thing, right? Let's be honest. This place is roiling, bubbling, boiling. It is a city.
Some of them are falling, some of them are jumping.
Some of them are jumping, you know, just because you heard, you know, it's harrowing. This place. In effect,
Some guy just got laid off. I can't take it anymore.
I don't know if I want to go across the bridge. Although I am very agile.
Looks safe enough to me.
Oh, is that? Oh,
Well, you see, there's a safe way across. You just have to
there's a little bit of an earthquake. The mycelium continues to attack. And then we have a bridge. There we go.
Not yet, so.
That's right. That's right. The pillars are always adjusting, don't you know? They're designed to do that. Their sacrifices must be made.
Little fucking robot legs pop out of the tower, it stands up and moves.
That's how it works around here.
If we were to make pendants to have the hydrocephalate, do we technically just walk through all that as far as or like earrings for her?
I just work here, sir.
I like
Sounds
artificers.
But I like the cut of your jib.
Hey,
Worth a shot.
I hear what you're saying. I'm on it.
Just like jewelry made out of
Yeah.
it. So it's like you don't have to actively worry about it then.
Yeah. View it in our armor.
I mean, I have crystal flat, like I have like those crystal like containers, like in my bag of holding. So now we just need to get like some ornament chain and shit. Fill those little fucking crystal containers.
Take it off if your teeth start falling out.
You're the man for that.
Teeth
job.
start falling.
Teeth start falling out.
Pretty
All
anxious.
we really need is like 5 little flasks or even a potion. Because a lot of us have our potion bag here. Having a vial of it.
Low health, gets a bad roll on grabbing potion, drinks the fucking blue shit. Well, it's been real, guys.
Just turns
Something like that.
just turns into a Pikachu. Just high power. I'm pretty much a lizard Pikachu.
Lizard Pikachu.
Because I'm the
Okay.
lightning variety.
As you,
Do I notice any of these mushroom posters in?
Aaron Garden?
Yeah.
No, you actually you see somebody stabbed to a wall with their mushroom picket. As you guys are making your way across the transport bridge here. I want to say this looks not bad as a photo. I wish I had a bigger screen for this. It would be epic. This guy regards you guys as you guys are making your way. Doesn't pay too much attention, but lets you go.
Is he just the dock operator?
What I'm looking at right
no,
now.
he is like I said, he is a member of like the Urn Garden's equivalent of the Grammaton clerics, and he's hanging out, chanting away as
What's Grammaton?
he's like a Warhammer priest of sorts that's like here to pick up the cargo. He's probably here to pick up like I don't know the Emperor's
These
diapers.
guys are grabbing these boxes.
This scene reminds me of Lord of the Rings when they're traveling on the edge of the mountain.
Oh, right, yeah. So, as you're closing the distance upon the other side there, the transport bridge, moving a lot of you guys as you guys are traversing the transport bridge from one side to the other, you guys see on the other side, Alessandro go to open the door as the door opens up, and out walks a singular figure, and neither of you, nobody, has ever seen this fellow before.
You got the horns.
Either of them, really. I mean, let's be honest. So he's not brandishing. He's just kind of stepped in behind this singular figure who steps forward. And as he steps forward and regards you up and down, he points his staff at you as foreboding as he is there, this fellow in behind him. And he simply says, "You'll not be going down there this day. I care not what Tycho says." He whispers out through the black mask that envelops his head. You can nary see it, but his face, his nose almost protrudes out to show into the light. But from that pitch blackness, he continues to whisper as his massive mound of metal and muscle stands next to him. Groaning more than breathing.
Or is he like a fresh face?
He is a fresh face that you are not sure you've ever seen before. But what also comes a moment later, as you hear a growling, is this cat with tentacles whipping about. As the camera pans again to show another one.
I was about
Come
to
this
say,
way.
I just don't acknowledge him.
This
Start
person
walking
runs
by, but
away.
I'm gonna think again real quick.
Were those things called like Lamasu or something?
Displacer beasts. As they step to either side and shake their little tentacles at you.
These guys
Can
are
I
pissed that it's
roll animal handling to go? Stab one of them.
The one actually comes over and steps at you. You can throw me animal handling and start the question.
Is it magical darkness?
There is no darkness.
And did these guys come out of there?
15.
Oh, the darkness in his mask?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just actually the way the design of it has a perfect shade over it. Sorry, what?
15.
Perfect. The thing comes over towards you and gives it a lick and then a growl and then steps away. You're sure it's just for show. Point being though, it's got a rough sandpapery tongue as it does so. But you guys are all watching a little bit of a showdown suddenly take place. Very obvious showdown as you watch people as they run away from the scene, possibly to their death. It's terrible.
The city really needs to invest in railings.
No, it doesn't. That's how we keep the population low. You guys are yonder. Terrible situation as it is. If you run too fast, you see what happens.
I'm gonna use my spider legs to like get extra balance.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with that. You can. How will I make you roll for this? You know what? I'm gonna let you have it.
I want to use my boots, but let me fly.
Perfect stuff. And float away from the bridge.
And quickly could jump up here next to Alessandra and fly in and say,
Is there a problem here?
As you.
Just clap you on the back like, ah, Drax is my friend. Perfect
Oh
time.
wait,
for
no.
charisma.
Hold on. That's not
Hey,
right.
big guy.
The Top Gun.
Not intentional. Not intentional.
Yeah,
As you
everybody
rush
needs
it
a little
upon-
penny logic.
The whole of the scene seems to shift suddenly as the one of the displacer beast's tentacles lashes out towards you reflexively. Without warning, the thing smokes upon you.
can I roll intimidation on them? As
You
as
may.
come up?
I don't want to fight the genie.
We'll see how this intimidation goes.
16.
The 16.
Well, I just smacked you on the back, so you have guidance too.
Plus.
I gotta check
let me
this
roll the
displacer beast.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, if you get a bonus, throw it in there.
You have my bardic inspiration too.
And my axe.
50 experience all around once again.
18 on top. So 18.
18. We'll see what this guy's got.
And if I have to, I can use my bardic inspiration.
But man, it cows out, goes to slap me, and kind of curls away from you as this like,
Expected as a 7-foot dragon.
as you land with a crunch against the side of the against the side of the platform. The whole of the metal
Full
kind
plate
of
armor, shield in hand.
bending in as you come towards.
Proudly standing there. Tail extended.
And then just
With that all said, the lot of you still situated upon the bridge, watch as this occurs. That was your one action, as it were. What is everybody else doing?
Just
The music's
I
intensifying.
gotta get over.
I'd like to get across if
So
possible.
If you run, you might fall.
I might.
What if I just like briskly walk?
Well, basically, if you double move, I make you make a dex save. If you make it, you make it.
So let me understand.
I don't have to
this.
worry about that.
These guys are hostile?
Spiders.
Oh, that's true, actually. You have no issue. You can double move like the wind.
Are these just dudes in the city?
What about
These
me
guys
with my
hostile?
legs? Larry's.
These guys,
Yeah.
they're pretty fucking hostile, it's looking like. As they're intimidating upon you. Sorry.
So sorry, just so I understand, these are interlopers who aren't actually part of the Erin Gardens?
As you look upon the chest piece that the guy's got, you see the Erin Garden crest emblazoned, but it's not the same as current insignia. It's old insignia that he's got on his chest. And this one next to him, holding the shield, has the same insignia there as he's like unfurling it. And you watch him undo the axe at his side, the kadunk lands down on the ground.
Do I recognize this crest as being from the original Erin Garden house that Tycho
You throw me history.
like in the west?
It is not that, but you can also throw me history.
And what about does my backpack of spider climbing help me across that
Sure.
bridge?
Sorry, and does your what now? Backpack of what?
That spider climbing help me across that bridge?
Yes, easily. Yours and yours.
We're on our way.
There's like a whole crap ton of things you can use to build stuff on that alley.
Jello shots.
Yeah, that. Okay, I'll buy both for $1. Come into it. And then a book.
Nice.
Hey, this is how you
Do you
get
want
Bananas,
ants?
but you get it.
Yeah.
This is how you get ants.
Cheeky thing.
Oh, it comes with ants. Look.
Covered the whole world.
I thought you quit drinking. I did, but I'm terrified that the potential hangover will
The
literally,
hangover.
literally kill me.
Hey,
Solitaire is going to, I don't want to oversell it, but he's got a very high acrobatics and he's small. I'd like for him to kind of like leap and bound across this
100%.
dangerous bridge.
Throw me acrobatics, do it at advantage.
I'm gonna cast jump on my critter.
No, what now?
Jump on my critter.
That's right.
Can I cast slow?
You said advantage?
On what?
This?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What's the name?
23.
Wisdom says.
23.
You are proficient. Does that mean those two or all of you get bonus to that roll? Okay.
14.
Mm.
It should be calculated.
We don't know.
Okay.
Plus 10.
Strength.
Hang on. They have their AC is now dropped by 2.
So what?
Their AC is now dropped by 2.
No, I rolled 22 for history.
Sorry, I thought you were attacking.
No worries.
Oh no. So
You realize that this is through your research. That crest that you kept seeing over and over, the crest of the underguards, those Erdengardeners that were regaled to their subterranean servicehood for time immemorial. These guys are kept alive typically by strange blends of chemicals and whatnot that are situated under their robes, keeping them aloft for centuries at a time beyond what an elf would otherwise be capable of.
like to what end?
Guarding whatever it is down there.
And they've
So
taken issue with me trying to have a stab
Did
at
they
her.
come from within the door, or they're just guarding the tower?
Can
They came from the
I roll for intimidation to try to throw my weight at him?
So.
Oh, another 22. Fucking nice.
Family.
So your creatures now have -2 penalty on AC and Dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
And they cannot take their reactions now.
Sorry,
Oh,
-2 on
AC
You're next to me. So
On
you get
dexterity
plus two on saves.
on AC, Dexterity throws, and cannot take reaction.
Yeah. Cool. What?
That's slow.
Yep. I just cast slow.
Wow, that's badass.
How many people? How many targets? All of them?
Up to 6 creatures.
Whoa.
That spell's different than my rolls for sure.
Damn.
I just added it to my spell list last night.
Is it just
Which one's better?
is it free action right now?
Old style. Every time. Everything about the new style, save for a few choice things, might be neuter.
I watched an hour-long thing on the classes today, and I do think they did some good things there. But that's another debate.
That's the base.
Is it free action right now?
Another one?
No, everyone has one action. So if you've had your one action in the moment,
I managed to leap and bound across
Yeah.
this. And
My
huzzah, meow, meow, ah! Ah!
So when
As you enter in through sliding the whole way.
There's more
That's a
issues
great spot.
has too. That you should probably read just so you know. It might.
Do that.
my
Yeah, it wasn't just that. There's more shit that comes with that too. So,
what's that called?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know this.
Oh, slow.
Okay.
Oh, hang on.
basically, all of the creatures are just fucked up. They're slower. They can't.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They can
And
only take one attack.
are they all
Yeah,
intimidated? Like, when I rolled up, it was like trying to be intimidating.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
one thing get intimidated,
That's
and
the
14
14.
there get kind of intimidated by the big guy that just showed
Oh
up.
yeah, no. Everybody was kind of intimidated as they all took a moment and allowed your companions to do what they're doing now. This is your
Awesome.
music through them. I want to say that there's Bahamut's light, and yet the strange, ever-present shadow of scales all around you.
My Steel Defender moves right after me on my same initiative.
Yes.
Does it get any kind of action right now? Even a move
Yeah,
action?
that's fine.
Alright. Then he's gonna bounce on top of that tower.
Is it a what now?
Bounce on top of that tower.
Over here? Or over here?
Over there.
Okay. You can jump all the way up there?
30 feet.
Okay. As you leap into the air and land atop the thing, gong, against the these go all the way up. I want to say so you're actually like jumping into it. So when you jump out of it, it's gonna jump out of it. So you're jumping into it. Perfect. Just so you know. So there is like these are supposed to go all the way up. There's another platform overhead.
Do I still have line of sight down to where the baddies are?
Like, were you thinking
That's
of being
fine.
like Spider-Man perched?
Yeah, because I could go
You're
on the
like
outside
you can
too.
see these guys okay. This guy's a bit out of your range. This guy's totally out.
Can I jump onto the side of it?
Like, he wants to be like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is your thing spider climbing?
No, like,
Yes.
like think like Batman on a skyscraper.
Well, it wouldn't. It would just be climbing. It wouldn't necessarily be
Gargoyle.
spider climbing.
I'm not sure. All I'm saying is you're here. You're in here just fine.
Yeah.
And the line of sight you have doesn't allow you to hit this guy, and this guy's got
That's
knocked
not
up.
bad. Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Like you can stand there just fine. I'm not sure what I'm missing.
like, I think he was thinking like there's a gargoyle on the side looking down at the street. You can see, not like
No,
it's not like on the
other
other
side
side
of
of place.
I guess you can lean out. Yeah, I mean, you can lean out and peer around. That's fine.
What's the
I'm just imagining if you're trying to like get a like if you're trying to use a crossbow, like leaning out, that thing's heavy.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like how we're imagining him situated.
That's right. Yeah, I'm into it. It's fine.
I'll run my guy this way.
Are those pedestrian like just random people on the
Yeah.
Yeah, they're safe. They're totally fine.
And then I would also cast Reduce on Big Metal Boy.
Okay.
So he has to make a Constitution 14 saving throw.
He's gonna fail that.
Very good. He is now one size smaller. He also has
Oh,
disadvantage.
actually, you know what? He's gonna counterspell that shit. Yeah, never mind. You're with
You
it.
can't use reactions.
Oh, fuck, that's
Ah,
right.
right.
He's slowed. Good job.
Good
Alright,
job.
done. He's
And
strong.
Hell yeah, teamwork.
Also, on their turn when they're slowed, they can just take an action or a bonus action, not both.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said.
Ruthless.
Yeah.
And then
So yeah, he has disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, as well as he deals 1d4 less damage on his head.
Whoa.
That's
Guys are
hilarious.
not very
yeah.
Not
As
so
this-
intimidating now, are you, buddy?
As this all occurs, the one fellow looks over at his now shrunk assistant and says, "You have a choice here. Either you respect what I say, or you lead these folk."
Well, I already rolled a 22 to intimidate him.
No, and then he's like, he's watching this all go down, and it's pretty plain to him. And he's just saying what he's saying. He's not attacking, he's not like, he's lowering his thing, and he's kind of taking a step back as he looks down towards the thing, and then kicks it off. As it goes off.
The displacer beast?
No, this thing goes off into, actually he kicks it, and the displacer beast just like eats it.
What is it?
The little dude
guy
that
who
humidified.
So now there's just one guy taking things.
As they coalesce around. And the one fellow simply looks at Alessandra with Draxus next to her, and a lot of you guys running up or diving up or jumping up and just all
just
moving into marble.
kind of heave a sigh,
Position.
and I kind of go, I realize, however, it is this unpredictability that has given us the edge thus far.
He says, "Surely you have no idea what it is that is."
Well, then indulge us, because as of right now, we're going in.
Then I beseech you, pray tell, what is down there?
That's not gonna go well. All right. As the one here kind of cows off, and then this one he looks over towards and tries to.
Do you have information that will allow me to succeed in my mission?
He tries to wrangle this cat as it's getting freaked out, and he grabs a hold of its leash and tightens it as this one curls up. And a moment later, this one chews its leash to tighten it, and a tentacle comes slashes through it, separating itself in one quick motion. As he looks at it and says, "Vile beast." Simple as that is, the thing suddenly dives off and rushes towards nearby population. With that said,
After being just fed a little mini treat.
right,
Hungry.
rushes away. With that said, you were saying?
Oh, I was just telling him, obviously very politely and cordial, if you have any information that will help me succeed in this mission, give bequeathed to me by Kaiko himself, please tell me.
He says
Withholding
simply,
it will only mean that you are trying to get in the way of the mission.
there is no much to know save the seer by your holy path forward. Foolish, well, no matter what Tycho says, you're all the same. Impetuous to last, right?
Is he a synth?
As you look upon him, trying to see his face, now, what's going on there?
I wonder if I can wear a Sith lizard skin like a suit.
You can throw your thing on there.
What?
Your lens. As you look at him, it's actually just like the shade of his ocean on his skin. Blasting darkness on his face.
So he's
It's not magic.
It's
It's not magic. He's there. He's there.
But like, the only way to the people that know everything about this stuff is the synths.
The Sith, he says.
Is he a
No, he's not a Sith. He definitely is not a Sith. As he regards you guys, he doesn't say or move. He's very stoic. As he looks over towards the cat, and he just casts out a black tentacle, like a singular Everard's black tentacle that wraps around the cat's neck, and it just screeches in pain. As he gives it a yank, the thing cows into position a moment later. As he pulls it towards with one arm, as you watch him just like idly curl the tentacle in. And finally stand stoic as the massive cat is next to him, and this one continues to purr and give a little wild eye every so often. With that, he then steps to the side and says, as the cat moves in with him, "It is your fate inside. There is nothing. Emptiness. Devoid. But do as you will. Daughter of the Tangle."
And I give him the typical cordial salute, just because I'm a better person. I'm respectful. And I'm more noble.
That's fair. That's fair. Someone comes up. "Can I get your autograph?" As you shove them off. Thank you.
Can we like bat signal the Sith?
Can you bat signal the Sith? There is no Sith signal.
Can I ask
Or
this
is
guy
there?
what he knows of the Sith?
Sorry.
Can I ask him what he knows of the Sith and where we would find them or anything?
Hey, that might be an idea. You got this. Bellies.
Can I intimidate him?
No,
me what
I
you
mean, try.
Try just persuading him.
Nat 20.
To intimidate him?
Totally do.
To intimidate him, telling me anything he knows about the Sith, yeah.
He,
Nat 20 plus 5. 25.
He'll give you a nasty cackle as he starts to burst in little streams of black at all sides. A little bit of steam rising up from underneath his cloak as he seems to be kind of emitting vapors, and simply says, "The Sith, you will find them, or you will not. Who's to say the fates divine? Have you looked to see where your objectives take you? Your destination and fate, destiny awaits. You have no idea. Son of Bahamut, child of Damast, you have no fate in store yet." It simply says to you, rattling all that off as it stares blankly into you. And as you hear like the crescendo of the silver dragons behind you, none of you can see this, but a lot of you can hear the grinding of gears and metals as the whole of the city continues all around. As he and his cats simply sit piously by, the cats a moment later walking with him as he misty steps over yonder and starts to walk away. "I'm going to get a drink."
Shall we?
We scared that guy away. Well done. Scary people.
Dragon, bro.
I want the kitty.
There's a lot that just happened to those guys all at once.
Yeah, it was a lot.
We dealt with the big guy real quick.
Yeah.
I was about to cast fear too once I got a chance. So.
Would have been heavy hit. As you guys enter it upon the large pathway that leads down. How am I going to do this? We'll do this like this.
When you're 7.
I wanted to have like a big pink spiky collar.
Nobody knows who that guy was?
He was a defender of the hole.
Literally. That's an excellent way of putting it. Thank you. Couldn't have put it better myself.
Also known as a fridge.
So he will be back, probably.
Always protecting those damn snacks, eh?
He'll probably be back with friends. Fellow defenders of the hole.
No, he's going to write a letter. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go write a letter to Tycho.
Strong worded letter.
It's great.
Don't forget the towel.
To Parliament, and he's going to wait around for all night on this thing out. Alright, you're doing okay then, right? Alright, so. That. What did I draw? No.
The place is collapsing.
Let's tear down after all.
Not again.
Thank you. The rest of this.
That's some luck, eh? I know, it likes you. It was meant to. It definitely did not like me. Oh my god, that thing was cursed when I used it as my main.
This guy's usually pretty good, but then I got like a bunch of shots. Like 5.
Yeah, no. It was creative.
All this sort of jazz. Really taking
Yeah,
up too
thinking-
much.
We
Do
can
is
put one of these shards in people in the apartment.
Just in case. Oh yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Forever home.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby comes knocking.
As you guys are descending down the pond, you hear a light thumping and thrumming all around you, a vibration throughout the surface of this place. As you regard the priest's words, and unsure of what to make of them as you descend down this long passageway, you soon find yourself exiting a pond. Alright. And yep. That's like this. There we go. And then no, you're good for that. But we won't. Good stuff. Yeah. No, that can stay there. I had a plan for this. That's the wrong music. There's no officially the wrong music. It would have been the right music maybe a moment ago, but you guys dealt with that. So now it will be
That was the music when we showed up to the bad guys.
correct.
Yeah.
Correcto. Right.
Those two displacer beasts could have just been one, actually. Displacer beasts often
That's true. 100%.
often project a second illusion of themselves.
The one that was eating the thing probably breathed. It seemed pretty well, didn't it? No,
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Every time, man.
Didn't want to fall on the screen. If not falling on the screen, that'd be bad. That's okay. This.
Oh man, that's a Dell. That thing's
So
built
sure
like a
it's
truck.
not.
Just in case.
Gosh.
I feel like that might literally be how that this section of Iron Garden is built. For how little they care about their populace.
Shit.
Glue.
Oh.
Their bridge is glued on, sticky tacked.
As you guys descend down, you happen upon the inner sanctum of the depths of this place. A strange, desolate expanse that you have visited before, and yet looks a little bit different than you remember it. You know what? We don't need these yet. As you and set upon the expanse here, you guys are coming out here. Hi, how you doing?
reminds me, has everyone submitted their trailer material to Dooley yet?
Yep.
think so.
Pictures? I don't think I
I
have.
don't know.
Oh, actually, no. We're on the list solitaire, so let's get that in before.
You want some bar talks too?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's fucking meaningful. It's part of it. It's definitely part of it.
I'll send those later tonight.
Video.
Video.
Video?
Where do you find
Not
video?
that big.
I don't have any video. I just have pictures.
Yeah.
Like, different, like,
I ended up just making a video out of it, like with AI stuff.
Is it like, how do I say, like copyright sensitive?
No.
still personal stuff.
Because there's a character in Warhammer called Solitaire that doesn't work. I don't know. Similar.
Is there any like existing video of this kid?
I'm literally using the
I
trailer
don't know
for
about
Witcher
video,
4,
but there's
so.
definitely imagery of Harlequins.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. If you can find a video that you like, go along. I'll use that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Otherwise, I could try and make something up, but you saving the time, saving the
I
time.
can AI generate some images. I have a couple actually already.
Oh, cool. That's great. Yeah. You guys find yourselves, as such, in this desolate place, deep underground. It looks familiar, yet inverse, as you look up towards the facility that you recognize as being down below before. As Skarsbad looks upon the familiarity of it, he surely remembers the platforms were not this close. You see rubble all around, refuse from above. Bits of the earth have fallen down. Bits of the platforms that were here, the ruins are real, effectively, as it's all fallen apart, you note. But that facility is still there, strong as ever, but the light has gone out. You see and hear, you hear and then a moment later see the form figure of the fellow from above slide into view and simply misty step over onto the bridge and continue across.
Is this where we went when the whole city was in disarray and we went down this back doorway?
I believe it was. Skarsbad?
Is it?
It's,
Right after Christmas?
it looks different, but the facility
Yeah.
that was below is now above.
Right.
And you can still see that same platform before.
Catwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of shifted about, but it's all still there. And you can even see the old entryway situated yonder, way overhead.
What's this the entry to?
The spirit vault.
You've been here before.
As you walk towards the edge,
Right after.
you can see the strange glow coming up from below.
January 7th.
The strange stone. Oh, actually, I have to play that. The strange stone surface below, glowing away. Dust motes hanging in the air, and you can hear the echo of spirits in the air. Etheric echoes, flashing against like whispers in your own mind. As the light scintillates about, purple, blue, reds on the odd occasion, you all are confronted with the pathway and the singular form who hisses past you and appears next to the door and then passes through it. The door itself is simply a black inky surface upon it that blorps as he disappears upon it. And a moment later, you see him come out from here, as he makes his way across the bridge.
I follow suit. I look around as I'm walking for any kind of trouble, but follow.
As you step up onto the bridge, you watch as tendrils of plant life waft about, whipping back and forth, and one of them slaps up against the bridge. Bonk! Actually, you know what? That's not very convincing. Let's go like this. Smashing against this stone bridge as it kind of jostles, causing you a dexterity check if you could. Dexterity save, I should say.
Oh wait, you're all with me now, right?
Very good. There was a fucking... There you are. Bam.
2?
One for me.
16?
Literally just makes it as you step to the side, and as it swats and swats past, you feel the wind whip past you as it crashes against the thing. You're knocked back, but you're not knocked prone. You manage to stay upon the bridge without getting thrown off. But it's clear that you don't have an easy way across here with that plank swinging about as another one suddenly smashes up from the other side.
How long has it been since we were up top?
Up top.
You guys just traveled down here, so it's been about a 15-minute descent. So 15 minutes of descending down this long staircase to get to here.
It's a long staircase.
It is a long staircase.
So are these plants like a nuisance or like a danger?
Yes. They're a nuisance till they're in terrible danger. But it looks like if you get swatted with one, you'll reach the bottom much quicker.
Wait, where are they?
So it
again?
depends on
Like,
your
over the
perspective.
Wham!
bridge? Oh, okay.
So they're actively doing this. It wasn't
Are
before.
they intelligent or are they just mindless? Like, are they just
They
like
seem like they're just whipping about in an idle breeze. They're massive forms. Just doing what a plant might do. And as you note this, you can see it slowly weathering and wearing upon the bridge. You can see basically it's like hourglass shape from all the impacts.
Well, I'm going to use my monk focus point and do the, I think it's Step of the Wind that doubles my jump.
This sounds fine.
And I'm going to try to leap across.
You do so.
Any
Leaping
check?
across without issue.
Okay. Landing with a flourish, of course.
You note as you land on the other side, in the midair, dust motes, the beauty, scintillating light, and all that. And as you stare upon, you note that particular dust mote there is much larger. And as you look upon the door frame, you see the few small sprouts starting with their little caps. And you can see adornments at the edges as mushrooms start to grow in from all the edges.
It's mushroomy over here.
I'm gonna use my boots of Misty Step and boom, right over.
There seemed to be already a carpet of the little bumps all along the edges of this place, with fresh ones growing up over top them all the time, like so much lichen from the sea.
Do we still have any of those small jars of the supplement?
Yeah, we should have a bunch of those cans.
I had
4 more.
nope.
Oh,
I wrote it in my fucking bag of holding. We have 1 second.
At least 2 of those
11 jars of blue goo.
All right, give me
11
one.
cans.
and 2 big cans.
Give me one, please.
I thought it was
Big
11
ones.
cans.
No. I filled up jars when we were in.
No,
Are you talking about canisters? Like
You filled up
this?
No.
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 I mean,
No, no.
yeah.
two of the like Stein sized
Yeah, like kind of mason jars. Either
the
way.
things that we filled up with the attachment.
The cans, yeah. 11 of the cans. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Not the like
No, that's what I was.
No,
yeah.
no. Not the cans with the attachments, not all, but this is when we were originally filling the big canisters. I went to like the stream where it was all channeling to,
Oh,
and I
that's
filled
right.
up
You
Yeah.
nailed
jars.
out your own. That's
I
right.
remember.
Right, I remember this.
But then we also have 2 like the things that activated the rock that let us talk to old Osrin guy.
Yeah, but we don't need to use
We have
those.
2 of those.
I got jars.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll give
I'll
one jar
grab-
to Scarsbad.
Yeah.
I'll grab well I could just grab oh yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
do a
Who
test.
needs cans when you have jars?
But that just
Activate a
depends
flex
us
with the
from the
spores.
mushroom.
Well, it's a
Okay, yeah. You, sorry, you have it in the jar, right? Yeah. As you open up the jar, you watch as it comes close. Because of the way the mouth is and everything, it's kind of not the same. It's not like the canisters that were just like zapping in all directions. It's very focused. If you point it towards it, it's a great job of zapping it and taking it out. So yes, in theory, this might work. What you also notice though is that being open as it is,
What if I take
Point it downwards while it's.
What if I take a arrowhead and I dip it in and I just use it like a wand?
right? So not only does it work, but after a moment it ignites the arrowhead and melts away. The arrow
+2.
ignites it
Or
and
no,
melts
it's not.
away.
I have my fine bonus. Okay.
Yes, the point being, the arrowhead ignites, and the whole of the arrowhead, like the first half, burn and melt off. Like the iron slags after a couple zaps.
Well, goo will take out the mushrooms, so we know that.
Yeah.
We should probably put it on like sunscreen.
Put this. I'll give it back to you. I'm gonna get the container back and put it away.
Have you guys actually touched the stuff yet? No, yeah. No.
I mean, I got zapped by it a couple times.
True. So point being, you don't touch it. I'm not assuming. So I wasn't gonna ask. But you
Brady, he would lick
I'd
it.
also argue
Brady
that
put his-
glass
Brady
is a
put his
great
penis in.
insulator.
Brady licked it too. The black stuff. Yeah.
What do you do then?
I said I'm just like glass is like the jars.
The glass, yeah, is an immediate insulator. Yeah. The most you feel the whole time is a bit of a tingling.
Yeah, I do.
And the blue arcs that come off this thing, it just really goes right through it, transduces, I guess. But it seems to illuminate your insides, and it kind of, like you say, tingles against the insides of your hand if you touch it. But it conducts right through you and arcs out regardless of you. You are no resistance here, almost no consequence to this thing. As it arcs out, like you cover it with your hand, and the arcs fire in all directions. But if you get it on yourself, I want to say, that's another matter. Now, that said, you've had this jar open, and as it fires out, the liquid actually splooshes out towards wherever it's firing these arcs out towards while it's wide open. And more to the point, I need a dexterity save from Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. There you go. The three of you. Look at you. As you splash out this stuff, experimenting in all directions.
I'm on the other side of the bridge.
22.
12 for solitaire.
Nice.
22.
Okay. Two of you take 3 damage. You take 6 as arcs of electricity fry upon yourselves, your skin, causing slight burns at first. You also notice that those spots upon you are slightly emulsified, meaning melted, meaning disfigured, scarred, slightly, ever so slightly. With that,
Stop splashing that shit around.
stuff continues to arc and
What
splash
did you?
about in
Who
moments.
failed that?
Me.
How much did you fail it by?
I don't know. I got a 12.
You have
You gotta-
guidance, remember?
So you failed by 4.
Okay.
16 or better.
1 second.
No, sorry, 15 or better. It's still 15.
How much
What
did
level
you
you
get?
guys? 6?
You have.
I got
7.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is 16 or better. Okay, 16 or
Yeah, I
better.
think you have guidance.
You have it.
It's just 3 extra damage.
I'm gonna use my reaction.
So I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'll
two
use my flash of genius to help you with the saving throw, so you get a +3.
And then you cork it.
Oh yeah, you never run out.
That said,
And then so if you use your
Can
guidance,
I
you have to
grab my
automatically
buddy
pass.
and chuck you on my shoulders and I can
Did you
fly
hear us,
over?
Taylor?
Not exactly.
I'm already on.
I have a
Oh,
I have a
right?
new
Yeah.
ability
Oh,
called
then I'll
something
just
called Flash of Genius, so I can help
Oh,
my
you're on-
teammates
but you're on
with
this
saving
side.
throws and ability checks.
Oh.
So I gave you a +3.
'Cause
So
you were
if
hanging
roll
out with
your
him,
guidance,
dude.
you
I implied
automatically
that I
pass.
was going to up here at the source.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But have to
Oh.
pass.
I'll get that covered.
Go team.
I'll jump over. Like flippity flappity.
can you pass me some snakes from under there? Doesn't matter which other ones.
Uh-oh. What are those for?
Thank you. Thank you, Carly.
Donnie,
Nothing
old
good ever comes
buddy.
from the snake bucket.
Except for that one time. It's my old buddy
What do you
Donnie.
mean? He broke his oath that time.
Snakes and mushrooms.
Solitaire's tippy.
Yeah.
It's always falling all over the place.
As you guys watch the leaves down below suddenly shift, one of them launches itself up onto the bridge and then falls down below as another leaf slaps up.
50 point damage.
As it falls away, it suddenly turns back into a leaf. Another moment later, this one flies up towards. It sticks around and then flies away. This one does the same. The
Nope,
various
that one
leaves
stays.
doing what they do
Boiling
until
around it.
they start to
Can I roll
amass.
religion to sense if this is Dumbbuster?
This bucket needs help.
By all means,
Just wondering, could you also use your
Nat 20.
Jesus.
as you reach into the ether and ask the question of,
you also
he
have
says
your,
simply,
Oh, yeah.
This is an astronization of all that is good to us. You will see this place is slowly becoming bastardized. As you see the mushrooms down below, so you will see illusions above. You must tread carefully to access these saints. And
be brave and careful.
Gotta get back in there.
Ah!
Oh. That's Sticky Tack's doing his job.
Yeah, that's right. One of the next leaves, like I say, they slam up against the bridge like before, but now start to turn into, and you, despite this, you're watching the illusions slowly become reality, and realizing that they are in fact being polymorphed as this one slithers and then jumps over here, coiling around you guys as fast as you can say, "Fuck me!"
Oh, fuck me.
And it's already there.
I seen this shit in the lab.
But as it coils in, finding itself wrapping around you guys, you hear the whole of the place shuddering all around you as a moment later more spores start to shower down from above.
We have all our canisters with us, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you don't have canisters.
Well, we have 2 of the smaller canisters, and then we have 11 jars.
But do you have it open or something?
Not yet.
You don't have them in glass. Do you have them in glass?
The jars?
Are they actually? Sorry, they're not just glass. The canisters, I want to state, that had all the arcing coming off those and were able to be superpositioned. That was a very specific make of crystal that these Aaron Gardeners had going on for their transport.
The ones.
Yeah, we've
But
got the big
glass
Pepsi
jar.
cans that activated the
A
speakers.
glass jar, I want to say, is giving the arcs as you put your hand on it, like one of those funky lamps. That's about it.
And then the canisters are the ones that were activating the seeing into the Osrin guy, the old Osrin.
Mm-hmm.
I put my scarf back up over my face.
As you suddenly realize things aren't going according to plan, as you're like, oh shit, and like, there's a couple little magnetized. This thing basically has like a 5-foot range. It's good enough for you.
Can I pass one out to everybody?
So you only have 2.
Okay, are we talking about my mason jars, or are we talking about
Mason
canisters?
He's got 11
I have
mason.
11. Or
No,
10.
your mason jars, you have 2.
No, he's got 11 mason jars. He's got 2 cans.
Oh, you have 11 mason jars, right? You keep making this stuff. Sorry. Yeah, you can pass one out. That's fine. So everybody
take a
has
jar.
one of these. It's a glass jar. Right? You make an athletics or an acrobatics check. You make another check. That said, though, as the snakes coil in, and you're quickly passing these things around in the moment, realizing all shit's about to get real, the music crescendos,
I
things
cast
are
Spider
slowing down into, hey?
Spider climb.
That's fine. You're okay. But point being, I mean, unless the floor gives them spider climbing and falling before it. As the whole of the thing slows down in the moment, these massive snakes coiling around you, as you feel the bask of no light from the nothing that surrounds you, the darkness, but save a few reflections. And as you look upon them, we see their reflection upon your shield. Your shield? Yeah. As you look upon it and them and see your friends, the ray of light, the sunshine in the darkness, and the credits begin to roll as a custom line.
It's actually really
With Bahamut's
Bahamut's a whale.
Correct.
It's got a whale head.
Easy Dory.
Well, we come once again to that exciting moment of the session where I asked Riley which type of James.
I like that I finished my backpack. That one's been many sessions in the running, you know?
I like that one too.
Man, I held on to those spider legs for so long.
The payoff, I think, here at level 7 should be decent.
Yeah, I got 4 extra attacks.
At a D4 apiece.
I'll take it.
D4 plus dex.
Well, you can probably
That's even better.
probably infuse them somehow. Like poison capsules on the end of them.
Like I was saying earlier, I'm like, lots of room for upgrades.
Yeah, I got a little upgrade.
So 1d4 plus 2, actually.
As the credits continue to roll, the mid-credits scene shows Dembostra's face against yours. There's a reflection of you getting ready for what's about to come, and you guys hear the giggle of a child's voice against the air. And Dembostra kind of gives a low look as you realize something's wrong, and you realize you haven't seen Whisper, you haven't seen Aramor the whole time. And as Dembostra looks over towards you, he simply gives you a knowing look.
Am I gonna get possessed?
Aren't you already? Are you sure? With that, Katie, would you like to hear what was least?
It sounds like someone who's possessed would say. I really like the more subtle dynamic play in like the political sphere of the Irngarten family. I feel like that was a lot of fun. The more subterfuge there. I like it. It's right up my alley, not just hack and slash. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to how this is going to go going forward. And I'm really kind of maybe hoping I get to pet the king. Maybe keep him.
Well, they did have Irngarten crusts, or what's the word I'm looking for? Brands. Brands of Elgin. So, who's to say? The future may hold all sorts of things. Very good. Kirk, would you like to hear what was least?
It's good getting to get Wilbur out there and try him out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fun over at Kindergarten and screwing around in the library and excellent sets this evening. And looking forward to this little crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little
I
quick
like
set
the setup
pieces.
for this one.
Get one from
It's really
from
nice.
one place to the next. Right. Andrew, would you like to change what's least?
Well, I liked intimidating that guy.
You. That's good.
That was great. And also
Like throwing my weight
touching
around.
base with the church and getting in touch with and like getting that all wrapped up. That was nice.
That was a good scene.
And getting promoted in the church to a full-on toucher.
Full-on toucher.
Subdeacon Jackson.
That's right, touching people's spirits. Touching people's spirits, their inner selves. Getting in touch with those inner selves. Real deep in.
Really spread that faith.
Goes very deep in and spreading
Illuminate
thick.
the darkness.
Thick spread.
Touches people's insides.
That's what it's about.
And I sent those acolytes off to Aragorn.
That was another good one. Yeah.
Okay, stay with
You did what now? Sorry, when did that happen?
When I was at the church, I sent those 3 off to Aragorn to spread the church.
Right. The whole time on that, until I really understood it, I think the second or third time you explained it, I thought you were headed there just to negotiate it with them, and that never manifested. I think is what I realized. So,
I gave them the gem to help them see and
yeah.
spread.
You gave him that?
Acolyte.
Accolades.
But now I'm a
You're subdeacon.
medicine.
You're almost saying that you're
Yeah. What was the fucking title you picked?
It's a medicine. But I might go the next.
Medicum?
Yeah, but I might look up something else.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Medicium,
Oh, yeah,
that's
that
it.
makes more sense.
Medicium. I keep fucking forgetting what's called.
But the next rank was even better. What's up with medicine?
Sorry, what's the word looking for? There's pilgrims. You're pilgrims to Aragorn. Alright, cool. Anything else?
Yeah, I like that we just like showed up tough. And the guy was kind of like cowered away.
It's like, I'm a professional daughter now, damn it. You listen to me.
There's 3 of you and more than you thought of us.
The only next step up better than where I am now is if I directly came out of Mirren's coochie, okay?
And with that, Taylor, would you hear what was least?
I liked the long rest kind of became cinematic for everyone in a way. Like we're taking a rest, but we were still doing stuff. It wasn't just like auto time passing.
Yeah.
And the montage that played in my head for his
Okay, so I got it right.
church journey with that song was great. It was like 80s. He was riding the
I remember playing Omino, that was great.
yeah. So I enjoyed those things.
That guitar coming in was so
Yeah, the guitar solo coming in.
so perfect.
Yeah, I got a kick out of that for sure. I look forward to fighting some snakes whenever we reconvene.
What's that? What song?
I was just gonna say what song you should add to your list. Stelios from American Dad.
Oh shit! I looked that up actually. Yeah, that'd be a good little.
It's pretty great.
Jordan, would you like to hear what was least, sir?
I like that everybody got like a little moment. Bunch of little mini storyline parts for kind of attitude for everybody's characters. I like the settings, multi layers and stuff. And I like the weird, like in your head kind of shit that everything's kind of being right now.
Yeah.
It's like really fucking with characters kind
You're on
of.
a bad acid trip.
Yeah.
Everybody's unsure, uncertain. Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it reminds me of like in Harry Potter when everybody's getting just bombarded with all the nasty shit around them. It's just like,
From the
actually, that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Slick.
Yeah.
People falling off the bridges was a nice touch.
That's cute. I like that.
Up
That's
the wire
smart.
bridge, yeah.
Good old Aaron Garden.
I'm sure you got that sound, that like classic.
Oh, yeah, we played it midway through. Well, I remember that one. We played that
That's
one.
very cool.
Like, remember on StarCraft?
Good old Wilhelm. Yeah, I totally know that.
Yeah. It's in everything.
Yeah, it totally is, actually.
Where's that scream from?
I couldn't tell you that. It was like in the thing, if I remember. I didn't even say it was in the thing. Maybe it's from the thing. Right?
What'd you like? What'd you hate? What'd you do?
Oh yeah, I like the pacing. I thought it was really good. Like I thought we got everybody encapsulated really well. I thought the blend worked out. At times it felt long, and it ended up being like almost just right. It felt like, and yeah, I thought everybody had a good time while the story kind of fell together.
Yeah.
You know, like we started out the way we did, and everybody went about their business. Like I said, it went cinematic. We accomplished quite a lot there. I thought it didn't get mired up in a bunch of just nothings. It was stuff that was compelling the story forward, and I thought that was really good. All in all, everybody takes 3,500 experience, and everybody had fun.
Always.
So 38.50 if you haven't included bonus.
It was a pleasure to hand out as many 50 experiences too. That was a delight.
I do like that we all had our like own storylines going along as well. Like that was pretty sweet.
I haven't had the opportunity to do that for like a while, if ever. When was the last time I really did that? I'm not sure, but it's
nice that when you do it with everybody, a lot got done in a short amount of time. It wasn't just like humming and hawing.
Well, yeah,
over
35.
I like to think I'm pretty efficient about it. Like,
yeah, this
I'm
way
doing
it's
the
like,
one-on-ones or-
it's like a montage for everybody rather than like a choose your own adventure. So to speak.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It should be an interaction.
Yeah.
Right? Interactions go away. I don't know. Yeah, thanks. I mean, at the end of the day, I try to keep them efficient. And I think that's the important thing is that everybody has clear direction.
What?
Leads to that, though, right? Like, when you go into an interaction with Leonardo, you've never met the guy at all. You had an idea of what you were after, and this guy had an idea of what he was after. And it just, I don't know, if I'm delivering that sudden so quickly, it should be efficient, it should be effective. And I can't remember exactly how I presented it. I just want to say that the way it was presented made sense for the sort of character that you have coming out and having spies upon you, interests upon you, folks in great power who want to meet you and know you. The question should become like, this will go whatever way that it does, and then afterwards, what influences will come from extrinsic sources thereby, and will the Fox Rentals play into it and all that sort of jazz. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the interplay of the characters, the sort of interplay of the characters, the spirits and whatnot, and then of course as we move forward with the political side of it, bringing in like I say, those extrinsic sources for all the intrigue that were hinted at in previous seasons, having that all come to fruition. I think a lot of that is slowly happening for you guys as you see returning characters, some of you. Not just Croman, but other ones as well. And that's really exciting, is honestly inviting these old characters back into the story in the way that I do, and exciting players by saying, and hearing them say what they say about these characters and the history and pedigree that they know of them. But then suddenly you're seeing them from a whole different perspective, a whole different angle.
Yeah, because they're on your team now.
Yeah.
Well, are they or are they not?
Well,
but,
at the moment.
So that is my favorite. I think that's my favorite part, is bringing back these old characters that everybody has even fought and maybe died to the hands of in some cases, and now you're just on the same side as them, and maybe you even feel bad for them or something. I don't know, but I don't think that's happened yet.
The voice sounded familiar when you're doing Croman, but it was when you said he was a tiefling. That's when I'm like, that motherfucker. fucker.
Yeah.
Cobalt blue tiefling with ram horns and
Yeah.
a black hat.
This is why I remember that fucking lightning bolt, motherfucker.
Yeah, that guy. Actually, he's a 6-year-old character that has been running through. I want to say 5 different campaigns. He has been part of 5 different storylines as just an ancillary kind of. He's a fixer. He runs around the forest and he just hooks up stuff. And in this case, actually, nobody caught the name Hawkenster, which was an old name you guys came across.
Hawkenster?
Hawkenster.
So who's been a part of this
I'll have to look through my
world
campaign.
for a long time? Jordan, you have?
Yeah.
Riley
Jordan,
has?
Riley, Kirk, and Brady. He was part of the original 2 seasons.
I don't know Brady.
No, he might come back eventually. Something tells me eventually he will. All in due course. If you love something, set it free. If it's meant to be, come back.
If you love something, cast Thunderwave on it.
That's right. that's how it goes. I didn't ask how big the room was. I cast.
I'm gonna create a fucking amulet of voting. When ready goes, I want to cast Thunderbolt. The whole party has to take a vote.
And counterspell it otherwise?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like an amazing magic item, actually. And for those of you playing the home game that you're watching, we'll see you next D&D time, same D&D channel. Later on, everybody. And